Hello, everybody. Let me put the link back down. If people want to come back on the panel. I had to do a restream. I went ahead and ate breakfast too, let my dog out, and took my grandpa breakfast and cleaned his bowl. And he's in there relaxing. So I'm going to put the link back down if people want to come up to the panel. Please be mindful about certain things. While on the stream, like your privacy, for instance, and also make sure not to say anything that could be compromising to you or anyone else. That's all I got to say as a disclaimer, so we don't have any issues on the panel. I'll make sure to have to do that each stream. Because you never know. Sometimes people can forget, like I have before, and call someone by their first name, and you don't want to do that. That's why I say that. I hope everyone's doing good. Hey, buddy, that sounds like a phrase King of the Kill would use. What's up, King? Why are you under the name Stand Tall? You're not blocked, are you? Couldn't have to do with the fact that I got a problem with you littles now. I ain't got a problem with really all you littles, but trying not to, but you know how that is. It's hard to be like that. Hello, Spirit Ellington. Good morning. Hope you have a good day. Hope Santal, you may not be the person I'm thinking of. You may just be somebody new. If that's the case, good to have you. Uh, Barbecue ribs. I'm killing it. That shit was so funny. That flip no bit. I don't think I do want to unblock eyes open. There's a reason for that, you know. Yeah. So I'm just doing a chill stream. We're not getting into anything that I have people. If people are blocked, they're blocked for a reason. The age of me going back and unblocking people is over. This will be the last, well, this won't be the last, but this will be, this is not going to be that long of a stream, and it'll probably be the only one of today. So I want to make it a good one. Mr. Lama, all the people that were up here a while ago are invited back up, including anybody else that wants to come up. I'm trying to make active peace with the people that I have my banner. I'm about to get going there at the bottom. Also, make sure to check out Roma Army and show her some support for Movember, which is basically the nickname for the month of November because it's about men awareness, men's rights awareness. And yesterday was International Men's Day, so here's MC. You don't have to have your camera off if you don't want to. Welcome to Squareworks Media's world.
Do you want me to turn my camera off? Are you more comfortable with it off?
Oh, it's up to you. That's personal preference. I love it. I don't dictate that.
Okay, thank you. I want to. This is also November, like a season of giving thanks and loving one another, celebrating what's important in life. And I think you have not turned a new leaf, so to say, or found what you really came here for. To help expose.
Hold on just a second.
No, go ahead.
Hold on. The audio's going out. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying you came here.
Start over if you don't mind.
Yeah, I was saying this is like from the top, from November. You want me to go upstairs? Is it better upstairs? I think I'm closer to the router upstairs.
I don't know.
Am I cutting up?
That's okay. Right now? Hold on just a second before you can.
No, you're fine.
You're pretty okay. Let me, we have another guest. Let me bring them on.
Welcome.
Miss Fusion, hello. Good to see you, dear. Fufu, Goonie Goo Goo, welcome my African brothers.
Bow to my master, bow to my sensei.
No, don't do that. JM, welcome to Squarework Media's world.
They're training me in karate.
Only bad on your end, Square. It was fine.
That was
for
karate.
Else.
That wasn't anything racial. That was karate.
Oh, you were talking. Oh, I didn't know if you were bound to a statue or you talking about me. My bad.
No, I was talking about Fufu and Goonie Goo Goo. They are now my karate trainers. They are my senseis and my masters. So I
you don't want to fuck with them.
Of an elder and a trainer. That's all.
You don't want to fuck with them. That's for sure. They'll fuck you up.
Definitely. My shins are very bruised from training.
Damn, Fufu, you got them soccer, you got them football legs, don't you? Like to play a little football back home? And by football, I mean, of course, soccer.
Of course. It's the only real football anyway. We all know that.
What were you saying, Emcee?
I was saying,
sorry, not to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I was saying, what did you really come here for? Like, this is Thanksgiving, right? We're in the season of thanks. And you came here to, like, help expose people and just do what, And I think you've really helped.
No.
Oh, hold on, wait. I can't. No, and this is no dig on you. This is all big ups to you. This is big ups to you.
I only wanted to expose anyone that I came across that was doing bad. That's what I meant.
Kind of like Grind to Shine and people like that. You've helped a lot with all of that. And that's exactly what you should, God put you here to do. That was your gift. And this is where the Milkyverse has been born. We are bigger. We are stronger. You are the one that helped create this. Without whatever happened in the past with the Workyverse, now the Milkyverse is now in current and expanding, like our current universe, like the world around us. And we need you to, with the help for people like Army Vet, to help like people like No Life. No Life Mike was so fucking triggered. He's so tough and street. He's so triggered. He came to, you always like to say.
No Life Mike.
Who was I saying? Did I say the name wrong? No Life Mike? No Life Mike was so triggered by you, Square. That was ridiculous for him to
You're telling me that the Workyverse no longer exists?
Go ahead.
I'm not saying it's dead. No universe ever fully dies. I can't tell anyone what to do. If you noticed, I haven't really been putting a lot of work into it myself.
I need the tags of my legal name to come down, y'all. Y'all know that y'all at least can do that.
Can you give me 90 days to do that?
Oh, man.
I have over 1,000 because I was doing those shorts to trigger, and I knew you didn't like when I did it a lot, so I did it.
Yeah, No Life Mike. Okay, we will focus on this. No Life Mike. Well, since they all know who I am anyways, No Life Mike, you know this. I made a sincere apology to you last night, but we are going to start.
I would not apologize for some dude taking it to my house.
That is right, though, because I only apologize because I didn't know. It wasn't an apology as in I done something wrong. It was an apology more so for the sake of being respectful. But since you decided to be disrespectful, and since you'd like to go around to every other channel stuff and watch their content, and you call it reacting to it when you're really talking shit about 80% of the people you're watching, if not, and y'all have y'all's little crew of fam in there. I know you're supposedly a man of the cloth now that you're a certified minister, thanks to become a minister in 5minutes.com or whatever. But listen, that don't give you the right to do the shit you do.
Preach.
That's all I got to say. Now there's a sermon for you.
Do you have anything to say on the way Army Vet has behaved? She may have tricked you into saying those vile things about women.
I didn't say necessarily vile things about women in general at all.
She has no.
I do think that she did stir the pot in some way.
Like women could do.
I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, like when she talked about when on the original interview and started getting into like my relationships and stuff, she slowly edged her way to certain questions, and me being questioned the whole time. It's only natural that I wanted to ask my own questions back, and then they took that and made it look like I was bad.
All of us trying to paint you as like homosexual, so you were trying to like flaunt and like be like, I'm not gay, you know, like I understand that. That's a natural defense mechanism all day.
Yeah, what I said about my ex, Brandy, hindsight's not the best thing to say on public YouTube.
Sorry to interrupt.
But, you know, she did do a lot of bullshit. She did get away with a felony. But then again, still, no excuse. I shouldn't have said what I said. But I'm not going to apologize to her. I'll apologize to my audience for that.
I definitely think you're growing a lot. And I think you do have big potential to like make this into something, especially if we work this Milkyverse angle. I think we can like just help promote each other all along the way.
Well,
like,
I mean,
strong in the past, this is only stronger, and we all just help lift each other. You know, a rising tide lifts all boats type mentality.
I mean, yeah, but you know, like I've had to block Lady Tracy and stuff because they've.
Real quick, I'll go a step further than removing the personal tag. Within 90 days, it's just like any legal paperwork. I will remove any negative.
Oh no, Army
jokey jokes. All the jokey jokes I'm gonna leave up, but any negative one where I'm like a mean asshole, I'll take all the asshole ones down too. Okay. For the Milkyverse, for the strength of the Milkyverse.
Thanks, Emcee.
So you know,
Delilah, my ex-girlfriend did. Well, they may have not even charged it first as a felony, but when you look at King and egging my car, and they didn't do it just once and drive by, they drove by and drove back again, almost to the point that somebody was able to see it. They let me know when I was at my friend's house, and I came outside and I saw them drive by the one last time, and then I called the police. And we ended up going to court, and the whole thing was rigged from the beginning. And later on, when me and her had got back together, she admitted the truth, and I recorded her admitting the truth about how when one of her friends talked to one of the sergeants on the phone and told them that they did it, she trapped one of their friends. Two of them had decided to plead not guilty. Well, one of them was just going to go up there, plead guilty, and pay a fine. And when she went up there to do it, the police kept her from doing it, told her she wasn't going to get in trouble. You know, it was a whole corrupt deal. That's why the police don't like me here, because I have exposed, and it might be minor on the scale of like grand police corruption, like in murder or tax cases or big stuff like that might seem more important. But I mean, the fact that a citizen can't hold accountable their significant other from damaging their car to a felony level is bullshit. I don't care if they're a guy, girl, or trans or what. That was the video. That was the video. The one where she's admitting to lying and basically telling about how her aunt told her, "You don't ever snitch." Da, 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 da.
Wasn't that also part of the?
Because they joke and they call Gabby, her friend, a snitch. They said that they still called her that to this day because they got so mad that she told David, who was the officer that gave me a ticket back when I was 16, who I never had any issues with him besides like he was a dickhead to me and he had issues with my brother. But other than that, I didn't ever do nothing to the guy. But he was close to one of the girls' family. And so when he called and he asked her if she did it, he's like uncle to her. So she told him the truth. And the other two girls got mad as fuck that she admitted that they did it. You know, I mean, but yeah, I'm glad she did because it was fucked up. It was a brand new Jeep. Like I had just had a major traumatic wreck. I was starting my addiction to opioids. When I ran out that door, I had like a bottle of pills in my pocket at that time. I had already started my addiction.
Square. Also, one of the videos that was released, I think by like Ghost or one of the other ones that like where you were like yelling in a courtroom, wasn't that related to this case? And isn't that why you were acting like that way?
I wasn't. I wasn't yelling in a courtroom. That was
Maybe it wasn't Ghost.
I went
Maybe you
down.
put it up one
That
time.
that was that dealt with an individual who had stolen from our house,
I thought it was
and he
related.
threatened.
Okay. No,
And
I'm
then
sorry.
he damaged my car at the bank.
Everybody
Then he
attacks your
threatened.
car, bro.
Then he threatened me, and so he kicked my car and
Is
keyed
this
it
the guy
because
that
I
was
did
over on
because
Thanksgiving when your brother attacked you?
no, not that guy. He
I can't keep
kicked
them
it
all
and keyed.
straight.
He kicked it and he keyed it, and so then I went and got restraining EPO on him. And when we went to court, he literally, and it was COVID time, so you're supposed to sit between a seat.
And
This
the stupid
motherfucker sits
masks and all
direct.
that shit.
He sits directly behind me, no mask, and gets right up in my ear and says, "I see you, bitch," in court. And a woman raised her hand and said, "I saw him do it." The police didn't do shit about it. So that's why I went inside the city hall that day and
They
had.
probably paid him.
I didn't even have an attitude. Like if you look at my video on my Facebook page, which you can't, but all the people that viewed it on there, which has been a lot, have said that there was in no way at no time were you rude to the clerk or to the chief. He was coming off threatening and intimidating. And I said, I say the same thing. People don't listen.
Sorry, I had a cat fight almost started over here.
And the chief, I mean, I understand why the chief may feel whatever he feels about me, because back when I was in my active addiction, I had a seizure one time, I believe I talked about before. He was actually a responding officer to that call. And he had, my girlfriend told him everything, and I was honest with him. And well, I had no choice but to be honest with him because he picked up a bottle and he was looking at the date, and I knew he was going to realize that they were already way too early to be out, But that was years and years ago. That was before he ever became chief. So that may be why he has a little bit of a bias against me. But the point is, chief police aren't supposed to have that type of bias against you, no matter what they experienced or encountered in the past.
It's a small town, though.
Yeah, it is a small town.
So I've told other people on other panels, I used to live like with my dealer at a point in time. And ironically enough, it was also a small fucking town. And he lived directly across the street from the chief of police. My second day there, he pulled me over and he's like, "Your car smells." I was like, "I've been to like 13 festivals this summer. Of course it smells." He's like, "I know what you guys do." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I just moved in with my cousin. His wife left him to be a lesbian out, to go chase her dreams away, And like I played stupid the whole time, but like literally like we would have like psychedelic parties like where we're like half naked in the front yard, like in front of the cop's house, like every weekend. I don't know how we all survived and existed, but small town things allow weird small town things to happen.
Not this one.
It's like
I mean, this one allows corruption. That's
they were definitely
they allow
corrupt.
corruption and some.
Every time my roommate left town, they would rob us because they had a deal, and that's how they got paid. I figured it out.
If I had an ATV and I was riding it up, and like say I just had an ATV that I acquired. Say I just had an ATV I just acquired, and now people ride golf carts, ATVs. Now the city thing is that if you operate one of them type of vehicles, you're technically supposed to be a farmer, or at the very least, you got to have a triangle, a hazard thing on the back of it. Well, hardly nobody follows that, but maybe one person. And I drove an ATV when I was 16, when that cop that Gabby girl admitted they did that to. He pulled me over on it. He pulled me over on it, and he said, "Yeah." He pulled me over on it, and he said, "Take it home." And I said, "Ain't this a public road?" I just got my driver's license. And he said, "Oh, we got." He said, "Oh, we got a smart ass." And all I said was, I didn't even say it in a smart way. All I did was go, I thought this was a public road.
On those cops.
Anyways, he gives me an $85 ticket, and but meanwhile, people ride them up and down every day. Like I just seen a neighbor the other day riding it. I guarantee you, though, if I got on one today and drove that motherfucker, I'd get a ticket.
So Square, I don't know if you've ever had a way to contact me outside of YouTube, but if you do, I will send you a picture. I used to be a giant hippie, and I looked like a sore thumb. I was an obvious target, and I would get shook down everywhere I went.
Anybody on my YouTube can add my Instagram. What I have
I'm not
posted
on
on my
Instagram.
page.
I have email, and that's it.
I'm thinking about
Email.
doing a link. I'm thinking about doing a link tree and putting like my Twitter and stuff. The only thing
Are you
I don't
still
want
on
on here.
Discord? I tried to add both
I
your
don't
friends
get on it
Discord. I
much.
could send you a picture on Discord.
I don't get on it much, but I could. But
I'm not
I'm
on
gonna
John
do a
Artist
link
anymore, but I can get back there. I think you have to have a server in common to be able to be friends.
I'm gonna make a link tree that has and add my Twitter and stuff to my YouTube page. That way,
you should.
People
You're growing.
can click on it.
People want to
But
wait.
my Facebook, I'm not gonna.
And you should get a PO box, so
that.
if people do send you stuff in the future, they don't send it to your house. You're getting bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really looking for people to send me anything. I appreciate the
especially if you guys
idea.
Move. So if you guys move and you keep your address protected in the future, do get a PO box.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be protected in the future. I may not move even. I may end up being here 10 years, but it's protected one way or the other. The address is. The information of it may not be, but I can assure you the residence is protected.
Not from big bullies coming driving 3 hours to come pet your dog. That was atrocious.
Well, it was definitely not right, and he definitely had criminal intent, malicious intent, whatever you want to call it.
I clipped it. It's on my channel if you need to use it.
Which is why I laugh every day that his YouTube channel got taken down, because that just shows you how flimsy those YouTube channels are. Like monetize, like that Jacob Yerke dude, that creepy guy that chased that girl and then told on himself at the cops. All his shit got taken down too. But there's a couple YouTubers. Check out. There's a guy. He had 90 subscribers. I saw the other day. He made a good video on him. It's on my community post. I shared his page.
He's a small
I think y'all should subscribe to him. Yeah, he's a small timer. He needs some subscriptions. He's good.
He's on your community tab. I'll find him. I scroll hard.
Yeah, I think it's Top of Gun or Son of Gun, Top Son of Gun.
What's his
something
content?
like that. He does content on like documentary type. Like he breaks shit down, which is what I love.
Good editing and stuff. Well, he's just starting out, 90 subs. I'll check him out for sure.
I say he's got. I think he's doing his editing from a computer, and he's doing a lot better than I am. As far as hey, Sugar, how are you? Good morning. I just was going back up to your original
chat.
message.
I can't read chat, and if anybody is trying to dox me in chat, find my mom.
Yes, guys, here, hold on. She seems to really believe. She thinks that's a joke. Delilah does. Let me show you. It's private because obviously I don't want to fucking have it public. But I've got the video uploaded to my damn YouTube.
Your audio went out, Square.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Mike hit his channel. He didn't get it taken.
He hit it.
Yeah, to try to avoid some strikes.
He needs to. Well, when he puts it back out, I'll strike it if he's still got that fucking phone call up of mine that he didn't tell me about.
I'd let the phone call go. He still has up the drive to and from your house on his alt.
That's what I'm saying. That's just stupid.
That's still up.
He definitely thought he could probably get away with it too because it's so close to the interstate where I live.
Because he's bragging about not having a license.
Had no license, smoking in the car. I'm all for illegal weed.
Dude,
open container.
That's already a felony right there.
And then the threats to Squarework Media World.
Here he is. This is him parked right beside my neighbor who just had a fucking hip replacement for God's sakes.
Oh, can you go big screen on yours so we can see it better?
Yeah, it's trying to. It's taking it a second.
I don't know how StreamYard works. I'm sorry. I know that some people can go big screen.
See, that's my house right there that you can see in the top corner. And he's got his live going. and it's auto viewing or focusing. It looks like somebody, whoever recorded this and sent it to me, they skip ahead. And I watched him, and you can see like he walks up there and makes sure to be past the doorbell camera, because I checked my doorbell camera. There wasn't a single photo of him.
Well, you've already made your doorbell camera known, so people know about it, so he knew to avoid it. That's why he wore the face mask.
See, there he is walking back right there. Hold on. Where's he at? Right there. There. Oh, right. He's walking back.
You should put that all together in a nice edited video. That'd be
here. To see him there. Hold on. See that part? That figure moving. He's walking. He'll walk right by here. He's walking right there. And then he gets in and he says all this stupid shit, which is nothing but lies. Boy, that's really brave of you, walking all the way back from my house and then calling me a punk from the sanctity of your car.
Did you ask Grandpa? Did he really pet Brownie?
From the sanctity of your car door, you yelled, "I'm a whole punk." Yeah, it's real brave.
Can't enter the home because it's a home invasion. Right?
Did he really
right there, he
Brownie?
says, "I can't." Right, I don't know. Right there, he says, "I can't enter the home because it'd be a home invasion." That's showing his criminal intent.
Or knowledge. Just know that's not criminal
There
intent.
he goes calling me a faggot again.
Did y'all see me pet Brownie? I petted Brownie. All my life I petted Brownie. I fucking petted your dog, Square. I was gonna snatch the little fucking blue bow off of it.
It's not a bow, it's a bow tie.
But I was still trying to get your little hoe ass outside.
Does Brownie
you couldn't get me?
Yeah, baby. Tell Gramps about Steve.
Man, I had pumpkin pie and everything, dude. There wasn't no way you was getting me outside unless you hit me with epinephrine.
Tell Gramps about Steven coming to visit.
I was not awake, dude. You'd have to hit me with epinephrine to wake me. When I'm asleep like that, you'd have to like literally fucking slap the shit out of me to wake me up. Or pour water. Like my dad used to pour water on me because I would never wake up for school sometimes back in the past.
Big bully.
I said, man, my name's Steven. He said, Steven what? I said, man, he knows me.
Like, I used to get mad as fuck at my dad. And no, I don't know a Steven.
My last name. I'll leave if he's sleeping. I ain't trying to bother nobody.
Oh yeah, you wasn't trying to bother nobody.
Right? So he goes in there and he
drove 3 hours not to bother anybody.
He goes, Steven, who is Steven? And he goes, Steven, I don't know. He goes, where's some Steven guy? Look, here's his dispensary right here where he goes shopping. Look, there's the Hey Tie dispensary right there.
Okay, and
with the lanyard that really around his neck. Yeah. That type.
Yeah, and then he says that he heard a shotgun cock, and that's impossible because the only shotgun that we still owned, it was taken to that Kentucky stream that I did.
We saw it in the car, yeah.
Exactly.
Come on now.
And that was dropped off. That couldn't even, it had to be kept locked up and away from me because I'm a medical marijuana patient, apparently. That's the federal law.
I think medical laws are still state by state, but they do usually make guns part of them.
Our governor signed, that's why I don't know if the cops are lying to me or not, because our governor signed a thing saying that medical marijuana users that are law-abiding citizens, in other words, not felons, would be able to would not lose their Second Amendment rights. So I don't understand how I'm all of a sudden now I'm being told though I can't be now I'm being told I can't be around a gun. So I don't fucking know. Because they have a thing that was passed by the governor and the legislature that makes it that imposes fines on officers that try to enforce federal law. Now, whether or not they use it or not, I don't know. Don't be pretending to suck dick.
I was shaking my protein drink. I was doing it for all the clippers, so they don't have to clip you. They could clip me and make fun of me. I'm trying to take the heat off you, bro. I need you. I need you for the Milky Way.
That's it. You know, fucking no. You know, no life Mike will. You better be careful. That motherfucker probably lurking in the back.
He's got no energy. I've fucking been up on stream with him 3 different times now, and he walked his words back every fucking time.
Dude, man, people talk about me fallen asleep whenever I've streamed for several
I've seen
hours.
Him nod out.
I've seen him nod on not even the second hour. So I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, and my medicine does that to me, you know. But I don't nod out like I'm not nodding out in the sense that like I just fucking did a line in my fucking vein.
Is that how you do lines? I never did anything intravenously.
No, I didn't either. I worked in phlebotomy before and I've been trained in it, and I've watched a lot of documentaries. And I know about IV drug use. It's one of the most addictive ways to get hooked on something because you're bypassing the blood-brain barrier and going straight to the brain.
Back before Adderall, we used to have that good shit called Ritalin or whatever. It's reversed. Whatever was first. I think it was Ritalin. JM, what was first? Ritalin?
It's Ritalin, yeah, but they still have it.
Do they? You can't really
probably
get it.
just don't use
back
it.
in the day, everybody has Adderall now. I loved Ritalin. My very first
Adderall.
Very first court date. Do you want me to overshare or no? I won't. If not,
you can if you want. But Adderall made me speed.
Yeah, Ritalin's Ritalin was the
first one.
Adderall's the go-to.
Ritalin would probably make me speed then too because I don't have ADHD.
I faked my I do have ADHD, but I faked it to get my own script. So this is a two-part story. First part, I got an underage drinking ticket. And my underage drinking ticket.
Oh, so you're a malingerer. That's what they call you.
Oh yeah. So in my underage drinking ticket, I got to go to court, and in court, I know I'm gonna get. I just sign the paperwork, and I be good. I do some community service, and it's off my record. But I'm nervous because I have anxiety, so I stay up all night and I snort 32 Ritalin pills off
Good morning, King of the Kill.
Off of a lunch tray I stole from school.
Sorry.
I crushed them all up, and I snort. My lips are all swollen. I fill out the paperwork. I get outside of court and I puke up nothing but like white fucking just all 32 pills. I snorted all night. I sleep for 3 days. 3 is the way of the mystics. And then later on with Ritalin, what was the other part of the story? There was another part. I don't remember it. There was a couple parts. When Adderall came around, though, somebody brought it over, and that was not I tried it one time, and I was like, "This."
Don't be talking about no stories where you booty bumped Adderall. Don't
I never booty bumped any drug. I had to double think that. I had to run my memory real quick. No drug has ever been in my butthole.
Wow, he had to double think it, you guys.
Scout's honor. I have done a lot of drugs.
Scout's honor.
I smoked crack for a long time.
I mean, I did I followed a little bit with Terrence McKenna's writings, and I read some of the stuff he wrote, and so I was lucky enough to do mushrooms one time in Nashville.
Do you want my
and that was a pretty
story? It involves assault of a police officer.
No, mine involves staying the fuck at home and saying the word creation, the phrase creation is speeding up. And my friend going, ha ha ha, this motherfucker just said creation is speeding up.
How many grams did you consume?
Do you remember? About an eighth.
Did you split that with your buddy, or did you eat the whole eighth?
No, his girlfriend brought him over. She ate some, I ate an eighth, and he had about an eighth. They probably had a little bit more than an eighth, actually.
So I have maybe 15 minutes. It'll be shorter than 15 minutes. I talk fast. It'll be 5 minutes tops.
Maybe.
It's a great story. If you want it, you can have it real quick. It's my very first mushroom trip, and it ends with the assault of a police officer and me in the hospital with a catheter.
Ooh, that's painful as fuck.
Yeah, and I was high, or I was no longer high, and I told them I couldn't pee, and I knew my body really well. And they brought in a midget social worker, kind of like R. Kelly trapped in the closet.
Dude,
want the story?
Hold on, yeah, you can tell it. My bladder got blocked from the wreck when I was in there. They said that I hadn't had any needed to pee. And I said no, and they said, hold on a second. They brought something over. It was like an ultrasound sort of, and they put it on my stomach. And they said, yeah, your bladder's blocked. They said, unfortunately, we're going to have to catheterize you. I was like, what? And they got that thing out, and they lubed it up, and I said, whoa. And I said, "You gonna put me to sleep or something?" They said, "No, not for this." And I was like, "Oh, you gotta be shitting me!"
Fucking.
And man, it felt like they were trying to kill me.
Hey, chat.
I
Google sounding rods with safe search off. Sounding rods. If you're into catheters and catheter porn, Google sounding rods with safe search off.
Don't do that. But anyways, they don't encourage shit like that on the channel. But they told me, they said when the nurse came back around, they took it out once and it got blocked again, and then they did it again. I was like, oh fuck. Well, when they finally took it out, this nurse, she was pretty too. She took it out, and as soon as it came out, like I was scared it was gonna hurt. I looked up at her, and when it came out, I was like, oh, thank God. It was an instant release of pressure. I was like, I love you. I straight up said, I love you. Oh my God. I was grateful to have that fucking thing taken out. Go ahead, bud. My bad.
All right. No, you're all good. That was a good story too. I love good catheter stories. I have, remind me when we talk later, I have another catheter story that's worse than this one, and I will share it next time. We'll save it for later. This one is...
He said you don't even want me to repeat it, but just don't worry about it, Katana. Yeah, how you doing? Welcome, Katana. Go ahead, Emcee.
Rods. So my very first mushroom trip was a full 7 grams. I was a private school kid. I did
damn quarter.
Airwoods Vault, all of that stuff. I tried to split it 3 different ways. Nobody showed up. Everybody got scared. Everybody backed out. Our driver to the party says, eat the whole 7 grams. You probably won't even feel it. They could be bunk. He's like a wook master, a sage and a legend of his own. We listened.
That is true. What? Because well, the last time I got a hold of some supposedly and took them, I didn't feel much either. So I think they were sort of bunk, or at least went bad. But go ahead.
Proper mindset, and like there's several factors. I've had some of the best mushrooms in my life that other people ate after a full steak dinner. They said they couldn't feel a thing, and I knew that I'd already experienced those mushrooms and knew that those mushrooms were valid.
I mean, and I ate mine mostly raw. Even the first time I did it, the way we did it was I just took it and folded it up, and I just swallowed it with orange juice. I pretty much swallowed them whole.
So we're driving to this party. I consume the full 7 grams. I get it all inside me. We're playing music from Led Zeppelin. My hand falls down through the floorboard of the car into the pavement, like I'm hanging off of a canoe or kayak, and I'm just creating a ripple in the pavement on the way to this party. Then he takes that out and puts on the soundtrack to Fraggle Rock. We get to the party, an all-girl party. She has woods behind her house. It's the first snow day of the year, and they decide I'm not bundled enough, and they won't let me outside into the wild, wonderful snow. So they keep me inside in the party. It's pom-pom, all the cheer squad, the pom-pom team. They keep me inside. I lose my mind. I go inside my head. I see the best worlds, the worst worlds, everything.
Damn, what were you the damn spirit coach? The guy that led the damn spirit team? Shit.
I gotta get out. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I go inside my head. I see the best world possible. The keys to this world are love and communication. Communication is as important, if not more so, than love. I try to tell the people around me in the real world that we need to communicate. I'm so fucked up. I can't communicate. I can't say words. So this is fucking me up worse. My teeth are falling apart. The world's deteriorating. I look out the window. I see a Jim Morrison desert scene. I try to go out the window to it. They're girls. It's a bi-level. I know in real life I could dangle and be safe, and I can make it. They won't let me through this portal I see. They take me down to the door. Out the door is reality. There's no Jim Morrison desert scene. We go back up to the window. Jim is still at the fire, waiting for me to come fucking hang out. I can't go. I freak out, tear all the posters off the wall, start to seize, freak out. Her parents get called. Ambulance gets called. They drag me outside, the spinning lights. Cop gets down, squats in my face. You all right, buddy? What do you had? Pow, right in his nuts. I'm in restraints in the back of an ambulance. I get to the hospital. My dad shows up. They tell me they need to drug test me. I say, the only thing you're going to find is weed. Mushrooms and acid are not going to show up on a drug test. I've done no other drugs. They're like, we still need to figure it out. I said, I can't pee right now. That's when they cath me. Excuse me, they press on my bladder. They're like, wow, I guess you don't have to pee. I was like, I know my body really well right now. This is the most spiritual experience of my life. And then through all this, the school tries to pin it on me that I had at one point in my possession, the drugs in my pocket in school property. And so they suspend me for 3 weeks, let all my straight A's drop to F's, and then expel me off to a public school that is 5 times the size of my private school, and I'm just a number, and I skip school but stay in school and just go to photography, ceramics, art classes inside of school. I'm a nerd, but still a bad nerd. So that's my happy story for you. That's a little personal information for you to use in the future if you ever need it. I'll be around.
I'm not going to use it for what?
Well, whatever. It's a good story to tell. I need you for the guilty. You're very growing, very powerful and strong. I think with the powers of Fufu and his karate ways, we could take over the world. Bow to my sensei, Fufu.
No, well, Goonie Goo Goo has the powers because Goonie Goo Goo has the power of persuasion.
Oh, so he has the mental powers and Fufu has the physical powers. So together we can get stronger and bigger every day, both mentally and physically. Shout out to Venomous Silverback. I'm going to have me a glass sandwich for lunch. I love you. Thank you, Square, for having me up.
Man, hold on. Talk to me about that Venomous dude. What the fuck is wrong with that dude?
I got 5 minutes. What do you want to know about him?
Everything?
I think it's drugs.
Well, he's obviously... You think he's on meth, Jam?
Meth.
And glass. He's eating glass. Have you seen his
ceiling? I mean...
I think there's a
he's came over to straight shootings recovery thing, but that don't mean shit. Yeah, he's been here too. I know.
Yeah. And the way he yells at his kids, he's a jerk.
I took acid one time when I was in high school, and it just made me question everything. I didn't really see anything weird, but I was in a weird headspace. That's for sure.
You want to know something scary about acid? Back in the 90s and
it stays in your spinal cord.
Well, this was back when they were putting strychnine on everything too, that rat poison. So I would eat it like every weekend, and I would pray.
This was 20.
I would like end up
this was probably 2010. It was 2010 when I probably did acid. Yeah.
And, I used to love a lot of the liquid that came around. The liquid was clean and pure, but the paper was always dirty, and I would end up in my bed praying to every guy.
Well, I don't know if y'all remember that story about the guy taking the Nikes off my feet.
Next week.
I don't know if y'all remember about the story about the guy taking the Nikes off my feet when I was in a fight at school, but he was hanging out with me when we got the acid, and he put in fucking $20 and I took his shit as revenge.
Oh, is that why he stole your shoes?
No, I did that in return for him stealing my shoes.
I got you later on in life.
He was a little dickhead, supposed to be my friend.
So, any other questions about Venomous before I get on the road?
The motherfucker's even tried to call me this year. He's been in jail. He's fucking done stupid shit. Won't leave this girl alone. He's had a child by another girl he's not taking care of. He's got some bad shit too, though. I feel bad about him because his family, he was adopted and he worked for them at a restaurant last year, and he had an injury where he got some hot shit dropped on his foot, and he got like 2nd-degree burns, and his work comp, his dad's business didn't pay for none of his shit or nothing. Like he got treated pretty badly. But then he went and fucked himself up in legal ways, so his parents just kicked him to the curb again.
All right. I'm going to get on the road.
All right, if you got to go, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. If you have any other questions about Venomous Silverback, JM is well-versed in the
ways
of the broken.
Yeah, JM can tell me about him.
Oh, yeah. He's got all the knowledge. And he's got a lot of good advice along the way, too. He will help you.
He beat his wife.
For the Milkyverse. Sorry. Go ahead.
What the fuck you talking about? Fufu, he beat his wife?
Fufu knows everything. Fufu is a kung fu master.
That's old. Yeah, he strangled her. I got his record.
Holy shit! Another strangulator, like Durkee.
Like Durkee. All right. Have a great day, Square. Stay positive and help us.
Take care.
Help us make the Milkyverse stronger. With you, anything is possible. JM, have a great day. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Be well.
You too.
Okay, hey y'all, give me just a second. I've got to take my granddad's blood pressure. Hold on.
Here it comes.
What's up, Grizz?
You want to stay up there, Brownie? At least it's not that far. Glad we got that done. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Do that tomorrow morning around 8:30.
JM, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, what's up, man? So what's the deal? So Venomous on meth, y'all think?
That's what I think.
Crazy. Well, I hope not for the dude. Like, that's why we need to do. You mentioned something about that they have online meetings at some place or something. I'd like to, do that on here, but the problem is when you start getting people on, and then other people want to get on to troll. Well, it's hard. Now, if I had people's email addresses, I could do a private stream and I could send out the invite link. Y'all basically would get I think it makes the stream unlisted basically. But then the only problem with that is somebody could leak it. So have to be careful about who would want to participate in attend. But what's going on with you, man? JM?
Not much. Just hanging around.
Okay. What do you think of everything?
I think there's a lot of things on YouTube that are people that aren't what they seem.
Yeah, I know. There's a channel called Nick Crowley that's pretty big, and he's exposed some fake animal rescues and stuff like that. There is a lot of stuff out there, man. That big YouTuber, I Show Speed, he just got exposed for supporting a crypto scam. I don't know if you've heard or seen that, but there's videos out there about it already.
No, I don't.
But the way that it's
what goes on around here.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you interested in, man? If you don't mind me asking.
I just been watching this guy that I've been following since like February that had a pretty good sized channel that said he ain't about trolling. Sure looks like he is though.
I'm sorry, you said you met a guy that has a pretty good sized channel and what?
No, I've been following him since February.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, if you're not trying to overshare or whatever, I understand. You don't have to say who it is or nothing. Man, you know what I'm looking at right now? What's crazy? is I'm looking at fucking what looks like Iceman live streaming a live Alive of Alive or something. I don't know. It's called More Half. Carolina motherfucking Rebel said something or just posted something. Came on his phone. More half and half. We like the whole milk. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Iceman crazy in the motherfucker. Gotta love him. Gotta love him. Although I don't really love people that kidnap people. Never heard of that.
There's
here's something.
Scandalous shit.
Yeah, you got that right. Here's something to upload from Roma.
Once again, I'm going to give away one of your secrets. But this one is not going to be very popular with the ladies.
Uh-oh.
I thought this was obvious, but apparently not. I'm really sick of seeing girls on this app being like, oh, he ghosted me. He just suddenly stopped talking to me. What's wrong with you men? Why do you do this? Do you want to know why? It's one of two reasons. You might have came on too strong, a little too fast. Maybe second some nudes or something, and he's not all guys are like that, believe it or not. Oh, they don't all want to see your poo-tang. But two, which is probably the biggest reason, and gentlemen, if I am wrong, tell me. Do you know why he suddenly just stopped talking to you? Because he was probably the one initiating all the conversation. And then one day, he stopped initiating it to see if you never did. So he just
I mean, yeah, that's pretty fair, Roma. I have to agree with that. Then again, it could be another reason, too. But those are two good reasons. I'll give her that. I don't know if y'all could hear her or not. She's basically saying, well, it don't matter. It's a video if you want to see it. It's one of her shorts. Have you ever watched, let me think. Let me look at my subscriptions real quick. I tell you what, Old Squishy Gardener's Court is a funny channel, and they do a courtroom, like whenever you have like outrageous bond court moments and stuff like that. But oh shit, actor Kevin Spacey to face 7 additional sex charges in the UK. Y'all heard about that?
No.
Thank goodness. I wondered if that dude was going to get away with that shit. I always thought there was something funny about him when I saw him in American, whatever that movie was called, the early 2000s. It's a weird fucking movie. Seven additional sex charges in the UK. Yeah, and in the UK, they don't play with that shit. Not after Jimmy Savile and all that other shit. They've had so many people over there live and be around the Queen and everything else that exposed later on were that way. So they are not going to stand for nobody, especially an American. Did some shit over there. Biden became our first 80-year-old president, y'all.
Yeah.
Old motherfucker. Huh. I tell you, I know some people that are almost 90 that could do a better job probably doing shit than he could. But then again, we don't really know what the president's job is like. You know, who do they take orders from? Stuff like that. I know those thoughts may not be popular with people that are overly patriotic. And don't get me wrong, I love my country. I just don't like my government. Don't trust it. But I don't believe in that sovereign bullshit. That stupid bull. It made me angry, man, when that Daryl Brooks tried to fucking use that bullshit this whole past trial. Then the motherfucker gonna go to sentencing, he gonna accept his name. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I'm like, well, that man, you just invalidated your whole fucking thing that you tried to do the whole time. not only that, the shit don't work. I mean, I've watched a lot of people do shit over the years on YouTube in court and try to use that UCC shit and sovereign shit, and sometimes on minor shit, sometimes they'll bow out and the judge will give up and person will let go of it. You know, they'll get by with it. But most shit, anything serious, no, that shit ain't gonna work.
Brooks is a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is. And I've seen the sovereign shit not even work on small shit. People got to leave courtroom, but guess what? They still got found guilty and got sent a fine in the mail.
You can't do that. You can't use sovereign citizen. You want the laws, the same laws that you want to protect,
you can't
you ignore.
Yeah, you can't be a sovereign citizen because the word sovereign means that you're, you know, your own person. You're nationless. You're stateless. You have no country. So if you're a sovereign, then that means you're here stateless. That means nobody can claim you, nobody owns you, or, you know, you don't have any tie to any country or nothing. So that would be a pretty shitty position to be in, I think. Faceless, you have a good one. Take care. I tell y'all what the fuck is going on with this, man, I haven't seen some shit recently. I guess I need to check out, wonder if Little Feller's uploaded anything recently I haven't seen. Oh man, of course he did. 13 hours ago he uploaded this I'm a Citizen music video shit.
I guess I ain't heard it.
That's a bunch of bullshit. In the stylings of Hank Williams Jr. Outlaw women. What? Outlaw women? How you gonna call it outlaw women? He's a citizen, not an outlaw. Well, it's the truth. I mean, shit. I'd be lying if I said I was outlaw. I don't even want to listen to this shit.
The sovereign citizen thing, this goes back to what you were talking about earlier with the ATV on a public road. When they stopped you and said you're supposed to have something, whether or not I agree with it, they still tax money pays for those roads. So
no. I had my thing is that I had a license though. I mean, I had my license. I had everything right. I'm just a friend let me borrow it.
They still can say what can and can't be on those roads because the tax money pays for them.
Well, the police can't, but the legislature, yeah. Or if you have like a local city, see these local cities like to, especially bigger ones, they like to make their city ordinances. Like we have some ordinances here, like you know, you're not supposed to shoot a gun in the city limits. That's definite, unless of course you have to for defense or whatever. With some other city ordinances, I think you're only allowed to burn so much stuff at certain times of the day. Because even though we live in a rural area, being that we have a city or town, they have ordinances they set up. You know, they do the same thing. Like they had to set up I know they had to set up the noise ordinance because people that drive around and listen to their music obnoxiously loud. You know, like I don't have a problem with loud music. Shit, I love it. I think some systems are cool, but shit, you better not drive around near downtown with that shit going. Or certain neighborhoods, because people will call the cops. This fucking Worky Wilson, you know, he don't have a blue bow tie, you dumbasses. Gay bow tie dog. Oh, so okay, you're gonna call me a malingerer? Wow. I wonder who runs this account. Trying to get me riled up. I ain't gonna do it. Probably somebody in this damn chat, for all I know. I ain't got nothing wrong with Feller and stuff. I just wish, they're making these things and people are acting like I ought to be, happy because it'll promote me. Shit, it'll make me look stupid. Especially this shit that, whoever Worky Wilson is. Just another troll channel. Oh well. So, moving on to the rest of the day, y'all, since we're talking about the day and what's going on in the world, I was going to get back to some news, some actual news. Coming from, looks like Al-Qaeda is calling on followers to wage more jihad. Well, this ought to be something that ought to be refreshingly sober to a lot of us. That stressed out Americans plan to buy fewer Christmas gifts and donate less to charity. And I can tell you that my donations to charity I already did way back in April, so I can't donate anymore. And that is true. U.S. consumers and businesses have trimmed down spending plans for gifts, but that's true here at home even. Rent on family's 2-bedroom Miami apartment rose to $2,600 a month this spring from $1,365 when they arrived in 2020. Just imagine that in 2 years, your rent going up $1,000 in 2 years. That is crazy. That's not sustainable for anybody. Go ahead, sorry. Oh, you're gonna watch it, man. I so much appreciate you, JM. You want to play some stuff and allow me to make a request sooner or later? That's cool, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. Here, let me put it on when it's full screen layout.
Come on in. 5 months ago, 19-year-old Dylan Rounds mysteriously disappeared from his farm in Lucin, Utah. Search parties have scoured the area, but Dylan has never been found.
We begin tonight with a local family very concerned about their missing son.
I want to leave us on that way.
Vanished from his farm.
His parents say he was excited to start farming in northwest Utah, but after he planted his crop, he went missing, and now they suspect foul play.
This land in Lucin, Utah might not look like much, but to 19-year-old Dylan Rounds, it was everything.
I'm convinced that it's foul play. Every vehicle he has, a retractor, everything is accounted for and in place.
If you know anything about Dylan's disappearance, his family is begging you to call police.
Lance Kelly from the YouTube channel Earthworm Infotainment decided to join the search for Dylan Rounds, investigating the many abandoned mines and caves in the countryside nearby. On this particular exploration, Lance finds an entrance to the collapsed Bald Eagle mine. Now, it should be noted that the old collapsed mine is said to be haunted. But nevertheless, Lance heads into the small entrance to investigate. What happens next is downright chilling.
All right. A lot of cold air coming out of this one. So it's probably pretty deep. Anyone in here?
Did you hear it? As Lance enters the collapse mine, he asks, "Anyone in here?" To which someone or something seems to reply, "Come on in." Now the sound is a bit difficult to hear as Lance's feet are crunching against the loose gravel on the floor of the mine. But I did my best to isolate and enhance the creepy reply. Listen again carefully.
Anyone in here?
As Lance treks further into the abandoned mine, it soon becomes clear that the passage is too small for anyone to be hiding inside. So just who or what could this voice be? You can follow the continuing search for Dylan Rounds over on the YouTube channel, Earthworm Infotainment. Gotta see it to believe it. TikTok user Chubby Gooby recently moved into her new home in Reno, Nevada, along with her husband and their 2 cats. Not long after moving in, the cats started to behave in a very odd way.
Well, our surveillance camera caught this, and I'm a little bit nerved about everything that happens. And the fact that the camera just stopped at the end of this, I'm not really sure what to do about this. Just watch and let me know what you think at the end. My cat never comes up to me like this unless she wants food. So that might have been what it was, but she was acting particularly weird.
What's wrong? What's wrong, baby girl? Why are you looking at me like that?
Our cat just walked away from me, and I felt like she knew it was coming.
What the f***? What the f*** just happened? Hello?
As Chubby Gooby is relaxing with a drink and watching TV, her cat approaches her as if alarmed. But then soon the kitty inexplicably just jumps away. Just then, a flower pot falls from the fireplace as if pushed, and even more strangely, the CCTV camera suddenly drops from its mount on the wall. Late another night, Chubby Gooby and her husband are fast asleep in bed, but something in their house is awake and very active. Something terrifying.
I was fully asleep at this point, and I was trying to wake up.
clothes hamper slides across the floor toward the sleeping couple as a book seems to be yanked from the shelf by an unseen force. The couple awakes confused and in a panic from the sound, but they only realize what happened later, after watching their security video. Even after the events in the house, Chubby's husband is still skeptical. But one night, Chubby hears creepy sounds coming from the basement. After a long discussion, she convinces her reluctant husband to head down to the basement with her to investigate. It did not go well.
Can't believe you have me recording this.
Well, you don't know.
What do I know?
You don't know. What if something happens? We don't have any explanation for it. Like I said last time, I'm gonna record everything. You don't record it, you don't.
You need to explain that?
That's why I'm tired.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the 50th freaking night in a row. Something's happened.
I think you're exaggerating. Look, it's a basement. Yeah. What the f*** is that?
It's a broken frame.
Yeah, that happens.
Jeez!
What the f***?
Okay, we need to go. Go.
Oh, where?
Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Gee, go upstairs. Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Go upstairs.
Let's go.
Go upstairs.
Chubby Gooby's skeptical husband is now convinced as random things start to fall and eerily move across the basement floor right in front of his eyes. The terrified couple runs right back upstairs. So could it be that the couple's new home is haunted? Let me know what you think. The Man in Black. This next creepy video is a bit of a mystery as it was shared to the internet without a source. So the story goes that the video was filmed by a young tourist in Europe while exploring an abandoned old monastery. And without even knowing, he captures something truly chilling. A figure dressed in what looks like a long black monk's robe appears briefly in the doorway before just disappearing into thin air. The tourist didn't even realize what he had just filmed and only discovered the figure when rewatching his footage later. But with no definitive source, is it real or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. If you found a great ghost video online or recorded one yourself, please send it my way at nukestop5@gmail.com. Uninvited. Nick Perry from Roseville, California says that he witnessed a dark shadow figure while driving on the allegedly very haunted Dyers Lane Road 2 years ago. Nick is convinced that this dark, sinister thing attached itself to him and even followed him home. He says that since that night, he has experienced terrifying paranormal activity in his home. Now, fearing that his family and friends might think he's lying or maybe just went right off the deep end, Nick says that he never told anyone about the strange incidents in his house. But he claims that the paranormal activity in his home has become more frequent and more intense. So he has decided to record the incidents on his new YouTube channel called The Hooker. No idea why that name. But anyway, late one night, Nick starts to hear something and grabs his camera. What he catches on video is truly bizarre.
So I thought Fawn and David were back. I just got out of the shower and I heard, well, it sounded like a door opening and closing, but oh my God. Nobody's f***ing here. And my cat is just staring at the f***ing door. I know, messy room, I know. It's my sister's room. Why she creeps me out. Somebody's food. See, look at her. Stared over there at the f***ing door.
Nick becomes increasingly more anxious as the unexplained activity soon starts to get more intense.
Don't scare me, dog. Man. Off, dog. Why every time I'm f***ing alone, dude?
Unnerved by what he's experiencing, Nick's own dog scares him as he catches the window blinds moving on their own. Nick has no idea that things are about to take an even more terrifying turn. One night, Nick is taking a cute little video of his cat when he captures something downright chilling.
Meow. What? What are you doing in there? This is f***ing What's that, dude?
Nick hears a bang, and as he exits the bathroom to investigate, a small dark figure can be seen in the bathtub as his camera pans by. But Nick doesn't even notice it until he checks his camera footage later. Nick now becomes determined to try to catch video of the odd shadow figure again, so he sets up more cameras to record around his house while he is away. Late one evening, he returns to find this.
So we're fucking... my phone's dying. I'm just gonna have to unplug.
Someone or something can be seen walking around the living room, but nobody's home. So just who or what is this? Nick believes that the dark figure he saw years ago on Dyer's Lane followed him home and is still haunting his house. But what do you think is going on here? You can follow Nick's continuing search for answers over on his YouTube channel, The Hooker. The Outback Skinwalker. This next creepy video was posted to Reddit by Australian Reddit user Hasbeen42 with the caption, quote, "My friend recorded a potential skinwalker." So Reddit user Hasbeen42's friends are out in the woods of Australia late one night when they encounter this.
We out here hearing weird noises in the forest. What the? What the? What the?
The friends have no idea what they captured on camera, and Hasbeen42 took it upon himself to post the video to Reddit in search of answers. The friends believe they might have captured a skinwalker, but what do you think this could be? Is it a skinwalker or just some strange Aussie critter?
What the? What the fuck? What the fuck?
The most haunted hotel in Texas. The Meanger Hotel was built in 1859 in San Antonio, Texas. It was constructed on the old battlegrounds of the Texas Battle of the Alamo. Then years later, during the Civil War, the hotel was converted into a hospital for wounded and dying soldiers. With a history like that, it's not surprising that the hotel is considered to be a hotbed for paranormal activity. Over the years, the hotel staff members and guests have had countless strange supernatural encounters. Back in 2009, hotel guest Ricky Garcia had a first-hand experience with one of the hotel spirits when he was recording footage of the beautiful, historic interior. A translucent figure about the size of a child can be seen walking on the other side of the main hotel hall on the second floor. And Ricky isn't the only one who captured a ghost on camera on the Meanger Hotel's second floor walkway. 4 years later, in 2013, hotel guest Felicia Powell captured this photo of the same area on the second floor of the Meanger Hotel. In the photo, a child guest at the hotel dressed in red can be seen walking along, but no one knows who or what is walking behind her. So is it true that the Meanger Hotel is haunted? And just what walks the stair landing on the second floor? Let me know what you think. The Last Stop. Popular Korean YouTuber Dosha from the paranormal YouTube channel Dosha Michael sets out to explore a creepy abandoned bus company located somewhere in South Korea. Now, not much is known about the mysterious bus company or why it was left abandoned, but Dosha believes that the location is haunted by the spirit of an old man that used to live inside one of the only remaining buses on the property. In an attempt to capture the ghost of the old man, the YouTuber sets up a GoPro camera to record the bus while he explores the rest of the enormous site. And this is when things start to get really creepy.
방금 소리 뭐 들었어요? 쿵 엄청 크게 소리.
A loud bang can be heard, startling Dosha as he's setting up his GoPro. Now, a bit freaked out, he eventually leaves to explore the building. But after a few hours, he doesn't really find or experience anything in the abandoned bus depot. So he grabs his static camera and just heads home. But when Dosha looks back at his captured footage of the bus, he's shocked when he realizes what his static GoPro camera recorded. Something can be seen walking past the bus and out of frame. Dosha has no idea who or what this could be. So, he returns the next day and leaves the GoPro in the exact same spot. What his camera captures that night is absolutely chilling. First, something can be seen moving around inside the bus. Then a little later, a dark mist-like figure can be seen looking out the window on the second floor before moving back out of sight. So could it be that Dosha captured the ghost of the old man who used to live inside the bus? Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire video and many more spooky ghost investigations with English subtitles over on the YouTube channel, Dosha Michael. Creature or compression? Pakistani Reddit user Phantom881999 says that late one night the strange CCTV footage was captured just outside his dad's workplace. Now, the Redditor definitely admits that this could simply be a strange glitch in the compression on the camera. But why does one of these two people look like they are hunched over and walking on four legs? So is this weird compression
Holy crap.
or a weird creature? Let me know what you think. A little evil. Popular ghost hunter Ehab Kasmia sets out to investigate a completely abandoned neighborhood on a mountain in Jordan. Now, nobody knows exactly why dozens of homes were deserted in an otherwise thriving city, but locals claim that the neighborhood was plagued by a sinister jinn taking the form of a human child. As Ehab goes from home to home, he doesn't really find much and only hears a few strange noises. But that changes as he gets higher and higher up the mountainside. In one of the empty, dilapidated homes, this happens.
Yeah, a jinn is an evil spirit.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
Did you see it? Ehab doesn't notice when a small childlike hand moves out of sight right behind a doorway. Clueless as to what just happened, Ehab leaves the home and heads to the next house even higher up the mountain. As he explores, something happens that shocks him to his core.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
That's Arabic.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
When Ehab switches to the selfie mode on his phone, he is shocked when he sees the face of a child watching him from outside the window. He races outside, but there's no one there. Now, there is no one around this mountain for miles, and there certainly shouldn't be a child out alone in this dangerous abandoned neighborhood. So Ehab is now starting to believe that the local legends are true. He thinks the mountain might just really be haunted by a malevolent entity that takes the form of a child. But, as always, you decide. Just pulling your leg. This next video has been circulating the internet, but unfortunately no one seems to know the original source. So, somewhere in Asia, a child is innocently crawling across the floor. Then this happens. The light in the room suddenly flashes off, just as the crawling child's legs seem to be pulled by something that we can't see. Incredibly upset by the occurrence, the crying child charges forward wildly as if to try to escape whatever might be after him. Or is he being pushed? It's kind of hard to tell. But with no source for the video, I guess we'll never know. Thanks so much for watching. Lately, my upload schedule has been completely ridiculous. So please be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell notification icon so that you never miss a video. I would really appreciate it.
Wolfstack might have done it, or I could have. I don't know. Hey, JM.
Yeah.
Can you pull up what is it? A channel called Ruined, RUINED, Ruined Leon. I'm looking for Shan, guys. And just like whatever his latest video is, if you would play it, I think you guys might like him too. He's a big YouTuber. Where the fuck? A lot of boss ladies.
What is it?
Ruined Leon. LEON, like the word ruined, and then LEON. 1 second, come on. If she's blocked, she's got to be in here. Guys,
I'm going to read a number of tweets to you, and I want you to recognize the recurring pattern. 7 fires at black churches at an HBCU in Jackson, Mississippi on Election Day. This may seem shocking to some, but this ugly side of America has always been here. No hashtag media coverage of the series of coordinated white supremacist domestic terrorist fire attacks against 7 black churches and 1 HBCU in Jackson, Mississippi. This is embedded, unchallenged white supremacist racism. Make room to report terrorist attacks. This happened today. Racism and white supremacist terrorism.
or maybe not that video. I don't know if you don't like that one. He usually has some funny videos. If not him, Xeno Shot, which is, I mean, anything you want to play, it doesn't matter. Or if you want to play something else, that's fine too. I'm looking for Sean, guys, but I don't see, or Shan, excuse me, Miss L, and she's not in here. Unless she's changed her picture and name. Yeah, Steven Crowder's good. I really like some of his Change My Minds if you want to play one of those. He was pretty smart for coming up with that idea to do the Change My Mind series. A lot of people just dismiss him.
If you feel like you're a woman and everyone around you is just constantly saying biological man, biological man, biological man.
Like doctors.
Doctors, what? That's different. I mean, okay, sorry, let me rephrase that.
Oh, that's different. really
Welcome back to
don't.
the final installment of my Change My Mind trilogy, Biological Men Should Not Compete in Women's Sports. In part one, we sat down with Isaac,
Hold on
and
just a
although we had
second.
major disagreements,
Let me
he
see if I
proved
can
to be
do this.
articulate, respectful. As you saw in part two, we all endured a very dark middle chapter filled with deception, regret, and smug journalism. Will today's third act find redemption for humanity, or will we once again find ourselves assailed by activist cartoon characters and army surplus jackets with nothing to lose but their dignity, meaning nothing to lose? Well, here we go. Our first conversation, again at UNT today, was between me and a student named Hugh. Here's hoping our conversation is more constructive than the one we had in part two. So, Hugh, thanks for sitting down, brother. I'll hold it, just because sometimes people try and steal expensive microphones.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, just had someone run by and try and throw a milkshake, who I believe was a woman, though it wasn't very ladylike.
It's just it's a waste of a damn milkshake, you ask me.
I don't know if it's a milkshake. I don't know if it's a Frosty. I don't know if it's some kind of a. Sorry, we just have to. We're running. You know, every now and then a milkshake can contain concrete or acid because today's modern left is so tolerant. We have to run into this. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying it's what we run into on campus. So,
I get it.
Hugh, thanks for sitting down. I don't know how familiar you are with kind of what this is at all or what the program is. Let me kind of give you the brief version. It's just a way for people to sit down and hopefully rationalize their positions on what are often seen as controversial topics. Often
I'm rechecking, guys. I can't find
it.
it.
Today, obviously, and this is sort of something we had planned before, but now that Leah Thomas just won the, at NCAA, the women's championship, one of the races, I do not believe that biological males should be allowed to compete in women's sports. Hugh, if you disagree with me, which is why I assume you're sitting down, feel free to make your case and change my mind.
So I disagree. I believe that, for one thing, I don't think it should matter. I think it should be about the sport. I think if you're passionate about the sport and you're into, like swimming or into whatever, it shouldn't really matter. But there is definitely something to be said about.
Can I ask you something real quick just before? What do you mean it shouldn't matter?
So it meaning, I don't think it should make a difference whether or not you have a penis or whether or not you have a vagina, whether or not you participate in women's or men's sports.
So you just believe that there should be no divisions at all? It should just be all men and women compete against each other?
Not quite. So here's what I think.
Oh, okay, so it does matter.
So my position's a little bit more nuanced than that. So if you're born with a penis, right, and you start taking hormone therapy, it changes the way your muscles grow, right? So like after a couple of years or after a couple of months, you're on estrogen, your muscles change and they start growing like female muscles do, and you're not actually given that much of an advantage, or they don't have as much of an advantage as you think they might.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I guess I'm not sure, but I also not sure about anything. I'm a fucking moron,
Don't start it off that way. Then why are you sitting down?
Well, they already know that.
Yeah, but I don't know that. It's not fair for me to beat up on a quote unquote fucking moron.
All right,
I'm not trying to.
So okay, I don't have scientific peer-reviewed studies at my back to quote. Right. That's just as I understand it. You take these hormones, it changes the way your body works. Your body becomes more feminine. You lose that masculine muscle mass that you might have. And so after a couple of months of hormone therapy, a couple of months or a year, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
Okay.
Now,
what if that was entirely incorrect?
If that were entirely incorrect, then yeah, that would be different. That would be completely different. But then I think we need to reevaluate.
So let's say it's entirely incorrect. It would be different. You mean that males should compete with biological males and biological males should compete with biological females, assuming that just a couple of months or even a year or even 2 years of the hormone replacement therapy doesn't make that much of a difference.
If it doesn't make that much of a difference, I think that you could make that argument. But I also think that it's more.
It doesn't make much of a difference.
It doesn't make much of a difference. I think it's
more.
No,
as a matter of fact, after a year, two reasons why.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to a separate argument, but I want to kind of hold you to what you just said, because I think maybe we agree. Because this is something a lot of people don't know. They've done these studies. They've conducted them. And I always make all the references available on the website as this goes up. After a year, so 2 weeks after a year of hormone replacement therapy, hormone suppression, from a man to a woman, they lose about 5% of their total strength, muscle density, actual volume of muscle. Okay. There are also other benefits that remain. So first off, it's not about testosterone when you're taking it. Testosterone in utero and testosterone specifically through puberty it's not just muscle strength. Anyone who's done strength training or sports knows there's muscle volume, there's muscle strength, there's muscle density, there's fast twitch muscle fibers, there's slow twitch muscle fibers, there's anaerobic capacity, there's VO2 max, there's lung capacity, there's bone density, there's red blood cell count, there's connective tissue strength, ligament strength, which is about 80% higher in men, and those are not reversible. As a matter of fact, even after an entire year, after 2 years, after a year, it's 5% of a loss. 5%. That's not a big loss. And you see that, by the way, with, let's use Leah Thomas as an example, and I have a second point. If you look at Leah Thomas, the man who just won the females swim meet, the 200 meter, 500 meter, placed 5th and won one of the other ones, those times wouldn't have even placed top 500 or top 800. Talking about beat the Olympic silver medalist, wouldn't even place top 500 against men. Reduce that by 5%.
All right, guys, I was able to get it done.
So, okay.
I did it on the YouTube
That's why
app.
we have men's and women's sports, right? To try and keep it fair and for the safety of the players. Second, not only that, you were saying if your second point there was, I'm trying to remember what it was.
So my second point is that it should be more about the sport. I think.
And also, I should also mention, sorry, that's what I was thinking about, is we have these different studies. Also, the IOC doesn't require any hormone replacement therapy whatsoever.
Yeah, that's kind of, that's different. I think the big problem right now we just don't know enough. There's going to be a lot of experimenting with trying to figure out whether or not trans people can, how to include them in these sports, how to include them in these in these activities, in these competitions.
How about not experimenting at the cost of biological females?
No, that's definitely, I think if that's the case, it's messed up. But also, mistakes happen. I think that.
Well, there's a difference between mistakes happening and thrusting them upon women. Because I'm sure that, obviously, I would imagine on college campus, at least somewhat of a feminist, you support women's equal rights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Certainly women's right to compete fairly and safely, right? We both would. So let's not thrust an experimentation upon women when all of the empirical and anecdotal data that we have thus far shows it's unfair to them. There's a difference between mistakes happen.
Right. Well, I haven't looked at all the data. I haven't checked out all that stuff. I can't say whether or not that's true or not. I do believe you though. I think if that's the case, yeah, it's totally unfair. They should totally They should totally fix that. They should totally, do whatever they need to do. I mean, do whatever they need to do to make it fair for everyone competing.
Which is what we've always done, which is biological males compete with males and biological females compete with females.
But I also don't think it's fair. I also don't think it's fair to exclude them. And that's also different. You said yourself.
No one's excluding them.
Sorry. Well, if you have, people with penises, if we have a penis division and we have a vagina division, doesn't that mean that the trans athletes in the male male division and the female division are at a disadvantage naturally? Or also, what about the other way around? If you have, someone with a penis taking other way around. If you have someone with a vagina taking testosterone and they compete in the female division, wouldn't that give them more of an advantage?
Yes, taking steroids.
Right.
It's illegal already.
Right.
It's already, so in other words, these issues already exist. If you're a male, you can't compete with biological females. And if you're a biological female, you're not allowed to take steroids.
Right.
Keep those rules.
Then why don't we have a third division for everyone to compete? I mean, why don't we have
I'm on board. How about that? Would that be fair?
Good. I think that would be fair. I think that'd be cool. I just think it's lame.
Third division?
A third division would be great.
Even a fourth and a fifth or 54th because there are many
69,
genders.
Why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it, who cares?
Okay, so I think here's the thing.
Yeah.
You just said you're a f***ing idiot.
Yeah.
You actually have maintained the most tenable position you have today. Let me explain to you, and I mean that. I'm not just shining your ass here. I don't know why anyone was shining one's ass. I don't know why that's an expression. You ever had your ass shined? Get a good ass shining today? You go to the train station, do your shoes, no, but sex, the argument that's presented on campus, right? And I don't really agree with this, that sex and gender are different, because it's a very modern theory and gender was a grammatical term. But I think we would both agree that what is taught as transgenderism is sex is biological, gender is societal, right? Gender is social. That's the current status of, that's what's being taught today in gender studies. Okay. It's not a position that can be argued if you say gender and sex are different, to then say also you can identify as a biological female. What you just said is actually remarkably consistent, that, okay, have a third division because this is a gender issue, it's not a biological issue. And like you're saying, even though it sounds absurd to you, And it sounds absurd to me if you say 69, however many genders. The truth is, if gender is separate from sex,
You're welcome.
then we would have to maintain that sports, male, female, men's, women's divisions are separated by sex, by biology. It's the only fair way to do it. It's the only fair shake that women get. And then if people identify as a different gender, I'm fine doing a third category, and I'm okay doing a fourth and fifth category if they want to do that.
Right.
So we say that's a fair compromise?
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, it's honestly, it should be more about the sport. You know, it should be about the integrity of the activity that you're doing. It should be about the athletes. It should be about the people who actually care about it. You know,
yeah.
It shouldn't just be about trying to win. Like, and granted, I don't think that, you know, Leah Thomas or whatever, honestly, I don't follow sports. I didn't even know that, you know, that was happening. But it's not about just, you know, trying to get a gold medal. You know, it's about swimming. It's about moving your damn arms in the water. It's about kicking your legs. It shouldn't be about.
Well, sports are about winning.
I mean, yes, sports are definitely about winning, but it should be about the competition. It should be about, you know, the integrity of the sport. And as long as that's being maintained,
I agree
that's
with you.
Cool. But we also
There's
need
no
to find a way
integrity in beating up on women.
Exactly. But we need to find a way to include trans people in that. We need to find a way to include them in that, because honestly, they just want to live their lives. They just want to compete in these sports like anyone else. And if they don't have an outlet to do that, if the only way that Leah Thomas can compete and feel like herself is by competing in the female division, well then yeah, it is unfair. But it's also unfair to her to say, you know what, you can't compete. Sorry, all your life as a swimmer is over. Your life as an athlete.
Well, is it unfair? Is it unfair to a heavyweight to say you can't compete at bantamweight? Biology is biology, and sports are separated by biology. That's not unfair. It would be unfair to say you can't eat at a diner. It would be unfair to say you can't rent at this apartment because you're trans. It's not unfair to say you can't compete in the biological women's division. We just made a lot of progress. Now you're going back on it with a different gender division. I agree with.
No, so it's a little bit different, I think, than saying having a heavyweight compete in, you know, a featherweight, because trans people, they're biologically different. I mean, if we're talking about biology, when you take these hormones, it does have an effect on your body. But there isn't even a trans league. You know, there isn't a league for Leah Thomas. So what should she have done?
Well, there is a league for Leah Thomas. It's the men's swimming division.
But that's not quite true.
And Leah Thomas wasn't that good as him.
I mean,
Leah Thomas is a male.
I don't believe
Leah Thomas is a biological male.
Leah Thomas was born with a penis, and that would mean, yes, biologically, that she was born.
Leah Thomas was born with a penis, an XY chromosome. Leah Thomas had more testosterone and overall sex hormones in utero. Leah Thomas went through puberty, which defines bone density, defines ligament strength, defines VO2 max, defines red blood cell count, defines contractile strength of muscular tissue. Leah Thomas went through all of that, and Leah Thomas was competing as a male up until only a couple of years ago, just like Fallon Fox was a male who fathered children and then 2 years later shattered a woman's orbital bone. Come on, that's not fair.
But it's not quite fair to say that she is biologically just as male as you or me, right? Because after taking estrogen and after taking all that stuff, it did affect her. I mean, you said it yourself, right? There's at least a 5% change, right?
Which is far less than the difference between, for example, a heavyweight and a light heavyweight. The point is the difference is so radical. It's so radical between, come on, this is one thing too, between men and women.
There's a radical difference between men and women, but I think there's also a radical difference between trans women and biological men, and people who are biological men that identify as biological men.
Physiologically? No. No one's argued that up until very recently. You believe that someone who identifies, so if tomorrow I start identifying as a woman, you believe that biologically I'm different than most of the men here?
No, but I think you'd be an asshole, because that's not how transgenderism works.
Yes, it does. That's exactly what's happened. That's what happened with Mary Gregory, a female powerlifter. That's what happened with Janae Kroc, a male to female powerlifter. There's a documentary on it on Amazon called Transformers. Transformer. Yeah, Michael Bay, crappy one. Transformers. Transformer is what I believe it is. It was Matt Krokaczynski, some Polish name I can't pronounce. Then became Janae Marie, and dominates in women's divisions. You see this with female powerlifters. You see it with male to female transgender powerlifters.
Hey, JM.
Cycling, records being set. Yes, I could do that. I could in 1 year's time. It would be the exact same
for a
scenario
second?
as Leah Thomas. Identify as a woman. And in many sports.
See, this is what we're talking about, or this is what I wanted to touch on. Like what Steven is saying, the difference, you know, okay, so maybe there's a physiological difference of what the hell is that, JM? That's some cool
Just
shit.
my crypto.
Oh, my bad. Anyways, so like you saying, guys, there's a 5% difference, maybe or confirmed physiologically. That's nowhere near a difference to make an argument for, oh, then they should be put in the same category as a biological X or female, for example. It just doesn't make any sense. But that's all I was going to touch on for a second, JM. It's like just because you're 5% more, maybe what you're pretending to be doesn't mean that you have anywhere near close the abilities and stuff. It's the same as the regular people. That's what he was basically talking about.
Not anymore.
That's a fired employee.
This is where we are right now. People are, hey, how do we get the straight scoop? Let's interview employees who are angry that they would have to work hard.
Yeah, the only way anybody's ever been successful in business?
Something along those lines.
Something.
I don't want to be
Dude,
so
I
rigid.
love
Yes. Yeah, it's a
I
general
love
estimate. So
this dude
Donald Trump, here's the thing.
co-host
Donald
there.
Trump may be back on Twitter. I would suspect that he probably has some kind of exclusive deal.
And
probably
JM,
with, Truth Social, where he is.
I'm not bullshitting you
but who
either,
knows?
dude.
Because deals are
If channel
making.
grows and stuff, like
Trump.
if you stick around and like want to be a
There's
mod,
always wiggle room. And you'd think it'd be like a meeting
I
of
will
lawyers,
pay
and
you
okay, what
for
can
it.
we do? Because maybe this might be good to use, kind of like us with YouTube, to use Twitter to migrate people to Truth Social, and some lawyers would kind of have a
I don't
meeting
believe
as far as the
people doing
exclusivity in the
something for
contract.
nothing.
What I mean more so, it's probably going to come down to screw you, doing it.
Well, as of last night, Eric had made.
Hey,
about
do you
90
have a
million
channel
fake
that you
accounts.
want me to plug?
You know what?
and
Hey, some
advertise?
people are willing to put in the old midnight oil.
No, I don't do a whole lot.
Okay. Here are two of Donald Trump's
Well,
final
if you
tweets
ever
before
want
we
me
get
to,
kicked off.
man,
I just
I'll
think you should remember
plug
how
it.
awesome it was.
Well, that too, but Kinzinger is making the point, like, you basically, at the end of the day, he was doing this, and it's like, you forgot to include these tweets where he was trying to do something good, Adam.
Right.
Well, why would you do that?
Yeah, his final tweets, and I think we also have some of his best tweets. Do we have that also as well?
Yeah,
So sorry,
so.
his final tweets first were, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. Banned. I'm asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. We are the party of law. That's what we are.
Well,
Respect
no,
the law and our
really
great men
nice
and women
what
in
he's
blue.
doing,
Thank you.
'cause I don't
Banned.
have good
Hold on,
internet.
time out.
Sounds like he's leading an insurrection.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah. Do you think he writes it like that and goes over characters and has to take out? We are.
We
I
are
don't
the
know,
party of law and
JM.
order.
Do
That's
you
what
think
everyone tells
Trump
me,
will
folks.
get
I would never
indicted?
just say that myself. They say, wow.
What?
You think Trump will get indicted?
For what? For the
I read some news earlier from the Drudge Report that the Department of Justice and people looking into the probe. If you want to look into it, see if there's any New York or Washington Post, or there might, or I look at all different types of media. I know Washington Post really isn't good, neither is New York, but there's some stuff out there about it, supposedly that there's an indictment watch right now. That's what the Drudge Report had. I mainly look at stuff like Crowder.
No, I think they're doing that because it's a convenient time. He just announced last week that he's going to run in 24, and now all of a sudden, he's going to
run. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, people have been. I've seen where there's the sentiment where they want people like Scott to and do an 8-year and then have Trump come back and finish in the end. And that doesn't make any sense. It would make more sense for Trump to come and do 2024 and then DeSantis to come after that if he wanted to.
I'd rather DeSantis just go ahead and run and Trump not even be in it. Because if I got to pick between DeSantis and Trump, it's going to be DeSantis all the way.
Oh, well, I mean, tell me a little bit about DeSantis. See, I can't. See, I just now learned that. I mean, I know that he's Florida's governor, but I didn't. I just now learned here a while back that he planned to run for president. I don't know too much about the guy. You got any videos?
Let me play this. Let me play this. I got to run do something. And let me let this play while I go do it, and I'll come back.
Okay, appreciate it.
Too much order.
You're at 300 characters.
There's
sir.
too much order, too much law. I say, no, we need it. We need it. We need it. We need more law.
You're at
We need
380.
more order. They say it's almost too much. It's up, please. We can't. There's so much
Okay.
law and order.
That's 400.
Yeah, whoever transcribes those has quite the job of the editor.
So November 18th, Elon Musk posted a Twitter poll asking whether Donald Trump should be allowed back on, which, by the way, I hope it wasn't actually determined by a poll because it should just be determined by what's right. But I think he was
They're
trying
not
to
going
make
to
a
let
point.
Alex Jones back on Twitter.
51.8% yes, no, 48%. Over 15 million people voted in the poll. 134 million people saw it. And Musk tweeted before the poll was, well, once it was closed, actually, people have spoken. Trump will be reinstated.
Man, hold on one second.
Latin, which I don't want to read in
Is that
proper
unblocked
Populi
MC?
Vox
Why
A.
can't I see him?
I prefer sic transit gloria. Glory fades.
That's why I got the tattoo.
That's the only one I know.
The voice of the people is the voice of God.
Lower back.
Keep in mind, the Ayatollah is still on the Twitter.
Oh, good.
Really? Yeah.
I was worried.
It's not about, here's the thing, I've said this repeatedly, it's not, and we'll talk about this with gerrymandering, we'll talk about this with redistricting. You don't live in a free country if you have laws. It's whether the laws are applied equally. And it's the same thing that applies here when we're talking about big tech. I know you'll say private business. No, not a private business when they can affect elections. Not a private business when they have private phone calls, private meetings with people in the White House, people in this administration. Not a private business when they benefit from Section 230 and they're protected from liability. It's not a private business anymore. This is a wing of the government, if not at the very least, the minimum, the digital town square. And if you have the Ayatollah,
I'm just muting Steven for a second to talk. Guys, I muted the screen audio. MC, I can't see you, and I just did the same thing I did for Shan. Like, I went to the YouTube app and went up to your page and clicked on the thing, and it said that it had blocked users. So you're not blocked. So I don't know why I can't see you, but if you have an extra account or can somehow fix that, I'd appreciate it. Oh, I'll tell y'all what. Another thing that Steven is from originally Canada, which he grew up in Detroit, which, you know, is not the best area, and he grew up in Michigan, and that's why he has the political views that he does, from how he grew up and how it was in Canada and to how it is today compared to then, and how Detroit was when he was growing up compared to how it is today. And so, like, make no mistake, Steven likes to make a lot of jokes, and so does his two co-hosts there, Gerald and John. I think it's Sean. I always forget his name. I'm sorry. But they are talking about serious stuff, like, you know, like common sense stuff, things that most people here, I think, would agree on. So enjoy, and thanks for being here again. I'm going to put it on full screen so y'all could see it completely. I hope that doesn't, because I think we'll end up getting copyrighted either way, and that's fine. It just means that I won't ever be able to get paid on this video, which is cool.
Smash
that you would never, just to be clear, you would never make fun of someone for that. It's just, look, I think it's fair to say,
well, no one's making.
Does that sound like I will always love you, though?
Is that the best Whitney Houston I've heard?
I don't know. Nope. Just imagine, we need to re-edit that if someone hasn't done that. Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard, pull your across, just and I will.
Not quite as moving.
Boy, I'm gonna keep that joke to myself.
You do with any song. You replace Elliott Smith's "Needle in the Hay" and Royal Tenenbaums when Richie Tenenbaum tries to commit suicide.
Yeah.
It's not this. I'm not saying it's worse. Nothing's better or worse. It's all shades of gray. I'm just saying it's just not the same.
Yes.
That's all.
About as pleasing to the ears as her final bath.
American Defense League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt tweeted about Donald Trump being back on Twitter. For Elon Musk to allow Donald Trump back on Twitter, ostensibly after a brief poll.
Shut up.
Shows he is not remotely serious about safeguarding the platform from hate, harassment, by a special committee that you appoint in your states. You always have to look at the replacement because the replacement has, it's the only way throughout history that you've ended up with fascism. Replacement where no one really asks the questions going through the scenario. Okay, well, hold on a second. How do we determine this? Of course, celebrity atheist Sam Harris tweeted, the prevailing opinion among, quote, free speech absolutists, you know, the people off whom he made a lot of money, appears to be that this platform, in order to become healthy, must helplessly publish the malicious lies of any maniac at scale, regardless of the consequences. Good luck with that. Hey, I'm done with this guy. Remember, this is Harris, the same guy who said that he was fine. This was a guy, by the way, obviously a lot of you tuned in. A lot of you tuned into his debate with Jordan Peterson. A lot of you tuned in because maybe you were people who considered yourselves to be liberal, but you supported the idea of free speech. And this guy obviously capitalized. And by this guy, I mean Sam Harris. This is the same guy who said he'd be fine with Twitter censoring the Hunter Biden story.
But Hunter Biden, at that point, Hunter Biden literally could have had the corpses of children in his basement. I would not have cared, right? It's like, there's nothing. First of all, it's Hunter Biden, right? In my view, right?
Did you not see
now,
it?
That doesn't answer the people who say it's still completely unfair to not have looked at the laptop in a timely way and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account like that. That's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, right? But I think it was warranted.
Just look, I will tell you this a lot. Is genuine, and he's just that indecisive because he's such an intellectual that we couldn't possibly comprehend. Where now someone who we thought was on our side, or you thought was on your side, who supported the idea of free speech, who supported the idea of a free exchange of ideas. Here's what he'll say. I'm not a free speech absolutist, but we absolutely need to have these uncomfortable conversations. We absolutely need to be able to have these exchanges. Okay, how do you do that if you will?
Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all couldn't hear me. My mic was muted. I muted it to tell you guys that I cannot believe that dude just let all that stuff come out of his mouth. He has no shame at all whatsoever. That was sickening about the Hunter the guy that he just had.
Trump shouldn't be allowed. That banned your friend. Where are you to stand up for your friend?
Yeah.
It's not so much that he's not an intellectual. It's that he's a spineless pussy.
Yeah. Do you know how many atrocities in history have been covered with those three words? It was warranted.
Right.
All of them? That is never a good
Literally
way
all of them.
I mean, and he's supposed to be a fairly smart individual. I'm not taking that away from him, right? Very, very, very smart guy. That's really the best argument you can come up with. You've done no research to understand that that's never a good way to.
He's done research. He just justifies it. How do you? Hey, look. Let me ask you this: how do you come to a conclusion, and what standard do you use that allows Dr. Jordan Peterson to remain on Twitter and Donald Trump to be removed? Everyone else, you can comment below. I would love to hear Sam Harris's solution to that.
Yeah.
How? It has to be subjective. You have to give that power to a person to consolidate. And by the way, it's not lost on me that Elon Musk effectively, through executive order with a stroke of a pen, is allowing Donald Trump back on. But again, the standard that I'm using here, at least the lens through which I'm looking, is through the stroke of a pen is the person allowing more freedom. He's not making decisions that remove.
You back?
Way more interesting shit from Steven than this.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, he's back, guys. JM Posa Exposa. That one video, I do too, man. That one video, if you want to play it, is look up Xeno shot. I show speed, man. That dude was so creepy the way he did that shit. It's fucked up. Can't believe he said that he said it on a dating show too. Whenever you get a chance, it's XENO shot. Xeno shot is the YouTuber. I've shared him on my community page a couple times. He does a lot of different reaction videos of some crazy ass content.
Damn it.
Yeah, there he is right there. Look at the Jacob. Well, we've all seen the Jacob Yerkes, but let's see. You can look at his take on it. I mean, the dude is really intelligent, I think. But or the video below that. Yeah, do the video below Jacob Yerkes, the one with the girl screaming. That looks like, well, she's not screaming, but it looks like it. You guys will laugh your ass off at this shit. Like, people are literally killing themselves for fucking TikTok views.
Damn it.
Take your time, man. I'm sorry if you're having issues with something.
I'm trying
No
to get
rush.
my radio. My radio won't work right here.
Because whenever I've hit my boyfriends, it's been out of love.
The second one. Go over to the right one.
Bite my tongue, it's a bad habit.
Watch this shit.
Today we're
The
going to be
fuck?
taking a look at an interesting phenomenon we've seen quite a few times in the past. Some may even call it an addiction. And of course, I'm talking about the very dangerous and destructive cloud addiction. Now, in the past, we've seen some people do some pretty stupid stuff in the name of internet clout, but I don't think I've ever seen something as unrewarding and destructive as this. This girl's name is Ali Entertainment over on TikTok, and she is a self-professed comedian, in her own words, with a whopping 51,000 followers. And what is her brand of comedy, you might be wondering? Well, to put it simply, it is being an absolute slob, shoving anything with high-fat content in her pie hole for the sake of getting TikTok views. A revolutionary new brand of comedy, I know. Who knew eating yourself into obesity makes you a comedian nowadays? Without further ado, let's just cut to the chase. Let's take a look at some of this content, this comedic genius.
Bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. Bite my tongue, it's a bad habit.
The face of the city, bitch, that's why you mad. Well, bitch, fuck. Bitch, you know my name, ho, stop playing with me.
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
Oh yeah, you're definitely better at something. The only thing this person is better at is the obesity and stroke speedrun straight to the nearest hospital. I mean, Jesus, is this...
What the fuck is wrong with people?
I swear, dude. JM's like, we can't finish that one. That's not even some of his good stuff, man. But if you want to play something, go ahead, man. Pick the next thing. Yeah, that shit was crazy, man. And the thing is, he goes on to say, you know, like, she's doing this for TikTok views. And the thing is like, you get paid like $1 per every 1 million TikTok views. And she's got like maybe 8 million views. So that's like $8. And she's ruining her health, which is far more expensive. It's just crazy. Because TikTok's a Chinese platform, so I can't see Rick. I don't know why I can't see Rick, but she's unblocked, but I can't see her. So, like, I ain't done nothing to Sugar Nova. just tired of fighting shit. People are gonna leave up false things and stuff, or say whatever. I don't care.
Central. Go ahead. All units of service.
What are you JM? Are you a emergency fireman or medical technician or something? Or are you like a storm chaser? You know, like to chase stuff that you hear on. You know, I have friends that do that for fun. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Firefighter, EMT.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's what's up. See, like there was one time I was going for EMT. That's why I'm doing phlebotomy instead. But as a matter of fact, I gotta get off here soon, y'all, because I gotta fill out my application and stuff and to get it sent to school. Faceless one, you're on Square Work Media.
Hey everybody, hey Square, how you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing pretty okay. I'm about to take my medicine, so JM, if you and Faceless want to take it away, I'm not gonna be able to talk for like 15 minutes.
Hey JM, how you doing, man?
All right, what's up?
Oh, not much. Just had some breakfast. MC, you coming up here?
Thought he had to go or something later. I can't see him down there.
No. And dude, I don't got me personally, man, with everything said and done, I don't got nothing against MC. I think he's a funny dude. If he roasts me, I'd roast him right back. Just because. That's the name of the game.
Roasting, like, you know, I got to the level, I don't want my legal name and stuff out there, and it's not out there. People, like, a lot of people really didn't have to put it on YouTube videos and stuff, but they did it because this one channel found an old account that I had made back before Google became YouTube.
Right.
And,
I know the situation, man.
And I don't have that login. Like, there's even a way to recover it if you somehow remember your username and password. And I tried all the combos I could think of.
Do you remember the email that it was attached to?
Play this. This is badass, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna make this full screen. I'm so glad you picked this, JM. Man, me and JM have a lot of similarities in common. This video is crazy, y'all. Watch this shit.
Question. Sure. Do I have to stay here in the men's unit still?
Yeah, that is a guy.
Up there, but they should make a proper accommodation for you.
Oh, yeah, I know this story.
You can contact
Excuse me.
The bondsman to try and get you out.
She's a influencer or something, but listen to what Officer Tatum says. Officer Tatum is badass.
This video is brought to you by the Officer within 24 hours.
Yeah, I've seen this video before.
Gentlemen, and ladies, you have trans, what's the person's name? Nikita Dragon. Nikita
I'm
Dragon
sorry,
like a girl.
the name.
Some of y'all will get tricked by Nikita Dragon.
JM,
However,
can you mute that real quick?
This is the controversy.
Yeah.
Nikita Dragon got arrested in Miami.
First of all, Nikita's cute as hell. Second of all,
hey MC.
Hello, Faceless. I just wanted to come on real quick, Square. I went into my Google settings. I made sure you weren't blocked. I resubbed and unsubbed and resubbed again to make sure. And then I restarted the app and restarted my phone. So maybe when you restart your StreamYard or your app again, it should show up properly next time. And then I wanted to say one last thing. In quick defense of thick girls need love too. I'm a skinny boy. If I get with a skinny girl, it's like a grist mill. You could throw some grain between us and make some bread.
Thick thighs save lives.
Thick thighs save. Dude, they keep my face
I've
so
been
warm.
with a few women that were thicker and like a little bit bigger than me, and there's nothing wrong with it.
MC wants some. You know, he wants some steak to chew with his teeth.
And then I just put
I
out
don't know
a
about all
new piece
that.
for the Milkyverse too, Square. Johnny Cashville is in love with me. I think he's trying to snuggle up with me for the winter. I hope so, because he'll keep me really warm.
I was gonna say. He's like, you keep you plenty warm.
Johnny Cashville's probably just
looking for that
probably
clout.
just no, dude. Come on now, he's got
I'm playing.
clout.
Hey, me and Cashville are cool. We're just joking back and forth.
Yeah, they're just busting each
Let's
other's
say-
chops.
Yeah, we're just like internet
I
roasting.
mean, I still remember the days when fucking Shane went after him over fucking slapping his wife's ass. That shit was funny as hell.
Cashville slapped Shane's wife.
No, Shane saw this
What?
video where Shane saw this video where he slapped his own wife's ass, and he's like, "Why are you gonna do that, man? Girls don't like it when you slap them on the ass."
I
And
think I saw that, and I watched it back in slow mo.
Cashville roasted. He lit his ass up. But I was there for Shane. I was like, man,
See the
come on,
ripple
man.
effect.
Just leave it alone, man, Shane. Leave Cashville alone. He OG.
I like Cashville.
Delilah.
He's funny. And he loves me. He wants to touch my mouth.
He wants some of the turtle hermit.
It's just like whenever he tried to say, Shane was like saying, "Oh yeah, he was telling me that he force fed his wife lactate pills." Like, what the fuck? No, I didn't. I never said that. I heard him say that one day on the stream, and I swear to God, just that morning he had called and talked to me like we were the best of friends. Oh, I was pissed off.
He flops around more than a catfish out of water. That Shane reacts.
Hey, quick question, Square. I got a question for you. Did you block Army Vet?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Fucker.
See, I have no idea what's going on with that, so I'm gonna stay out of that.
Well, yeah, and I'm not talking about her because I'm not giving it ammunition, but she's
No
not
energy.
allowed here.
Give her nothing. Ignore, block, delete, ignore. I don't see her. Who? Good move, Square.
Army who? What's her
Exactly.
name?
I have nothing. What I have against is the fact that I was coming to her just like I did a lot of other people sincerely, and she just, I mean, she's going to deny it. She's not going to admit to anything. And she's always one of the first people to come in here and say, "Leave so-and-so's name out your mouth," while they got my name in their mouth. Like,
No one should tell
hypocrisy
anyone how to
much?
run their channel, Mr. Media Works.
That's right. That's right. It's your channel.
Tell her.
It's your channel.
Well, I wouldn't have anyone's name in my mouth if they didn't have mine in theirs.
Can we just not talk about having anything in anyone's mouth, please, while MC is here?
Oh, I like talking about things in people's mouths.
Ben Thrifton, don't Ben Thrifton. I'm gonna give you one warning. Don't say shit like that, all right? Because I've got a cousin that's got. I've got a cousin. I mean, I've got a cousin. Like I kind of took that like you're making fun of him for being slow or something. Like I got a cousin that's like that, so don't do shit
No,
like that.
Square. I think it was because they call him Suboxone Shane because he talks so slow.
Oh, closing your fucking door.
I think it was like.
Sorry.
I think it was like a dig at the Suboxone Shane thing.
I accidentally woke my roommate up, and now all of a sudden it's like he has the look of death in his eye. He's like, "Fucking asshole!" Like, yeah.
Show him my face.
Dude, I don't want to scare him back into hibernation.
Dig. Shots fired. Faceless one. I need to see some content from you. I need to clip it.
Yes.
I just look, man. I gotta give you shit just because it's like I think you're funny as hell.
I think you are too.
And that's why I call you Master Roshi, because like he is a taller, gangler, skinnier version of Master Roshi. And then when he does Worky verse strong, I just see him like that whole scene where he buffs himself up before he does a Kamehameha wave. It's like holy shit, that's Emcee.
I found an image of him sitting on a mountaintop smoking a pipe. I saved that now.
I saw that. It's like, no, he is not the Monopoly man. No, he's Master Roshi. He's got the glasses for it and everything.
Man, I got money on the way. I got a top hat on the way. I ordered all this shit from Amazon.
Hey, y'all see private.
I gotta step out a minute.
That's I defend when that happened.
I don't see anything in private chat. Are you leaving, Emcee?
Square just
No.
left. I was saying bye to Square. But yeah, I'm leaving. I gotta get on the road. I'm fucking around too much.
I am. I gotta step out. I gotta go check a radio and do some stuff. So
All right,
y'all gonna leave me? Okay.
Thanks for helping run the show today. I loved it. Good show today.
Yeah, good show, JM. I only caught the end of it, but you did.
Squareworks, HBIC. With
That's
the
right.
Crown.
I'm just gonna stand here smiling and pretend I know what the fuck is going on.
Welcome
There
back
he
to
is.
Squareworks
I'll be around.
Media, Mr. Media Works.
How you doing, Works Media?
All right, love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you,
All
Square.
right, MC. Have a
Later,
good one.
Like a
MC.
blue wrench to further these negotiations, so I can start my 90 days of removing the personal tag and the mean stuff. Okay, is that fair?
Square. Are you there,
Please.
Square?
Yeah, fella. I
Okay, I
can't
was
talk
gonna-
right now. I got medicine on mouth.
Oh, I
freezing,
know.
too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wanted to come up here because I wanted you, Square. I thought maybe, and I'm being 100% serious. Okay. I thought maybe you could lead us in a little memorial prayer. My pet rat died this weekend, and we had a little rat funeral yesterday for my little ratty friend. So when your medicine dissolves, maybe you can lead us in a little prayer to send him to rat heaven. Write it in private chat, Square, if you'll do that.
Awkward silence.
It is awkward. How are you doing, Faceless One?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I am like ecstatic. I can't believe Square not only unblocks me in the chat, but well, I can't say that. I had to sign in on a different account to get on StreamYards, but he let me up, which is a step in the right direction. I'm happy for that.
I was actually surprised he gave Sugar Nova a wrench. I was like, wait,
I love that.
what?
I love that. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? If he can embrace his part, and I'm not even saying like as someone being trolled, but if he can just, troll back. I've been trying to tell him that for months.
Square, you heard it earlier. MC one.
Thank you,
I don't
Law.
make content. I don't make content. I don't make videos because kind of like you. I don't want to be made a spectacle of unless I can handle it. But MC was like, I want to make content and I want to clip you and all that stuff. So it's like, all right, game on. I'll think of something. Just to give, because dude, I think MC's funny. And it's like
MC's hilarious, yeah.
I like the with me, I give shit to everybody. And if it sticks, because I do what's called the asshole test. You can either see like when you see two guys at a bar and you can see them trying to get along, and there's either three things that's going to happen. One, they're going to talk major shit to each other, and it's either going to happen they are going to be friends, or they're going to beat the shit out of each other, or all the above.
Right.
Because it's like that's usually how friends are made. You beat the shit out of each other and be like, okay, here's a beer. You're a bitch. Yeah, you're a bitch too. All right, fine. Fuck it. Drink your beer.
Yeah. Well, it's people do those diss raps, which I was trying to get Square to do a diss rap against me. I would have done one against him. And it's just all fun and games. You gotta have a thick skin. You gotta be listen. Moses makes fun of me every opportunity he gets. He
as long as it's in good fun, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
As long as at the end of the day, you know that person is doing it out of a place of love. That's what it means. That's
now,
all
Square,
it is.
I'm gonna recommend a channel for you to like binge watch his content. It's going to be worth it, and you gotta do it when you're stoned. Watch all content from Lieutenant Lick Me. He has got some of the funniest troll videos you will ever see. His Watcher series is a little kind of creepy. A lot of it is staged. A lot of it is scripted, but it's really entertaining. I really think you would enjoy it. And maybe, that might actually give, that might help you too, with how to, give you ideas and how to go ahead and, poke a little fun at everybody else. Why not?
Yeah.
You poke fun at it. Like if you legit poke fun at MC, that will make that man giggle like a schoolgirl. He'll probably film it while doing it too.
Listen to me. Square has sung several songs about me that I thought were funny. So I know that at the time he was doing them out of a place of disgust and hate, but they were legitimately funny songs. He had one song that said, "There's Rick and she's a bitch," and it was funny. It was funny. I take no offense in all that stuff. I mean, you can call me everything in the world that you want to call me, as long as you don't, you know, as long as you do it out of a place of comedy and not a place of hate. I don't care. Do what you want to do. Make fun of me.
My closest friends, they're Navy vets, and they are completely unfiltered around me. There's like no one that can insult me better than they can, because I'm not gonna, if my best friend's like, dude, you're being a bitch right now. Me, I'm not gonna be like, it's like, oh fuck yeah, you're right, I am being a bitch. All right, I'll shut up and then just move on, and take it in stride. And it's not easy to do that, like right off the bat. Just once you start to look for the humor in it, it becomes easier and easier, and then you'll be able to throw out your own jokes. Do they have to make sense? No. Does it have to be silly? Can it be like stupid silly from like Dumb and Dumber or Monty Python? Go for it.
Yeah.
Make it work for you.
Right. Exactly. It's all about the lulls. It really is all about the lulls.
I mean, Ford for Life knows for a fact, because Ford for Life met me when I was in Black Box's live before, and the first thing I did was make fun of his name. Found on the road dead. It's like that was the only thing that popped in my head. Like with your name, Rick, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Forgive me for this, but as soon as I saw your name, all I saw was the last part. It was like, is this person really named Dirty Sanchez? That is wrong.
Well, I mean, my name, of course, is taken from Cartoon Network cartoon. I don't know why I just said it like that. Anyway, it's taken from a Cartoon Network cartoon, and it has no bear. Like I don't know why I just picked it. I just picked it like that. But now I want to be known as the SquareWorks HBIC. Since he let me back up here, I can't believe he let me back up here. I'm so happy, Squares. Thank you for bridging the gap between my and your relationship. I know you don't have.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Sugar Nova.
I know it's hard, Square, and I know that it's you feel like, but you gotta listen, man. You got some funny jokes in you. When you get savage, you're funny. You should keep up that energy, man. And I mean, I don't care what you sing about me or say about me.
Thanks, Ford for Life. I know I am.
And I love, listen, Square, I love when you and Herbal are up here and y'all are just going at it. I think it's hilarious. It's some of the best content you've had, Square.
Dude, Herbal brings out the comedy in you.
Yes.
Like he drains it out of you like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat, saying your soul is mine.
I need y'all to bring out some money out your pockets. I got a YouTuber, a girl that's gonna make a YouTube because we're trying to get her some reconstructive labia surgery, because I'm gonna be the one looking at that thing, and it's ugly and I can't be doing that. So
what the hell are you talking about? Is it Roma Army? Is that who is going to have this freaking? What are you talking about?
Now, see, don't be nothing wrong with Roland's labia. I don't think. I don't see Roland's labia. I was making a joke.
Listen, Square.
I was just thinking. I said a girl's going to join YouTube.
Respect for the attempt. The delivery needs some work, but respect for the attempt, dude.
Well, look, I mean, I'm the one that's got to look at that thing every night. So, I mean, at least y'all could do is sub up and show some support. I'm the one that's got to deal with it.
Let me ask you something, Square. How many subs have you gained over the past week?
And I like cute labias.
Well, good God. You don't
Jesus Christ, dude.
You don't like meat curtains? Is that what you're saying?
No, he likes them roast beef curtains.
I don't like Arby's.
Oh God.
We don't have the meats. We do not have the meats over here.
Well, you did say you like something in your mouth, so I was assuming you'd like the roast beef curtains all up on your tongue.
That's Emcee you're talking about there.
Oh my goodness.
That's why they call you the faceless one, because you got something in your mouth. You ain't got no face
Oh
expression.
my goodness. Oh
Nice,
my goodness.
nice try, but you got to try harder, dude. Come on now.
Oh my goodness, Square.
Watch
Oh my
watch
goodness.
some
You are
Jim
going
Carrey,
there.
and then you should get inspiration, and there you go.
I honestly
I was just see people are taking offense. See people are
no,
taking
I don't think
offense to
they're
the
I
fact
don't
that
think
I
they're
said the
taking it.
labia joke.
I don't think anybody's taking offense to it. I think it just listen, here's the thing.
The 18 and up channel, people. 18 and up channel.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
just
Ben was
shocking.
just what Ben was doing. He was trying to add to the joke. That's
No,
what he was
I was
trying to
not
do.
talking about anyone's specific labia. I was talking about an imaginary one.
Wait a minute. Wow, what did somebody say?
No,
They asked if I was talking about someone's labia. Literally.
Oh. It was a joke. It was a joke. Jokes and lulls,
It
right?
wasn't
Square?
Rick's. It wasn't
Hey.
anybody's. I
Oh
said
my
that
goodness.
I
No, it
got
wasn't
this imaginary girl.
No, we ain't talking about Rick's over here. She's already, she's already got dude that MC already covered that in a special little short with the bowl and everything, and it was creepy, and I was afraid to go to Spectre watching that.
Dude, listen, Vanilla, I know how to talk about women. I know how to talk about women just fine. People seem to know how to lovely talk about my dead relatives and call me sociopath and everything else. So if I want to talk about one bad, I'll do it all I want to.
Square, can I just give you some advice? Don't feed into that. Don't. Well, I don't mean like don't feed into that. You need to
Virtue
talk to your chat and
signaling
stuff,
ass
but just don't bring
motherfucker.
that stuff back up. It's in the past, and if you keep bringing it up, people are going to know it's a sore spot for you, and they're going to continue to do
Damn,
it.
y'all know about the damn Arby's and meat curtain jokes and shit. We all know that some women have got them damn
we were
frames
laughing
beat out the
about
mother. Damn, the frames have been beat out the motherfucking bed of the truck, people. Damn,
Oh
lips
my
are fucking
goodness.
falling out.
Oh my goodness.
That's when you know you need some reconstructive surgery. Some people just born like that. Some people get that way through
Oh
a
my
lot
goodness.
of course.
Ben Thrifton said all labia matters.
What the hell?
Yeah, all labias do matter. They sure do.
Well, it's a gross. Listen, that word is kind of like the word moist. It's just like it's hard on the ears. Labia is hard on the ear. I can't believe I'm saying it.
Okay, I shall call. I will refer to it as the perennial area.
There you go. There you go. The perineum. There you go.
Perineal area.
Square words using fancy words.
Yeah. Well, listen, Square. I really, honestly, I came up to see if you let me up, and I'm so happy you did. Thank you very much. And I didn't even come up here and say anything hateful or mean or troll you or nothing, but I want to tell you, good. Yet I'm not going to. I gotta jump off here. I got a little one at home today, so I am going to jump off here. But thank you for letting me up, Square. Keep up the good work. Everybody seems to be having fun in the chat.
Yeah,
and
you have a good one. Much love, Dirty
My
Sanchez.
favorite cuss word.
Y'all have a good one. Bye, Square.
Bye. Most hateful cuss word. The one I don't like the most would be the P word. Favorite cuss word. Fuck, because you could use it to describe it so many things.
Have you not seen? Have you seen? Oh, what is it? Boondock Saints, where there was a scene like where he was like, "Oh, there's certainly diversity of the word."
You're talking about I'm talking about
where they both came in and they were
the two little black brothers.
Well, they weren't black, but yeah, the two Irish brothers, like when they were trying to come down from the ceiling.
What do you? No, I'm talking about the show Boondocks.
I was talking about the movie Boondock Saints.
No, I haven't seen that. I've seen Boondocks with Riley and Huey.
I highly recommend you watch Boondock Saints. It's a movie just to be a movie. It's entertaining. It's considered a classic, and I feel old saying that.
The opposite of pecker, Delilah. The opposite, the P word. I just don't like that word. I've just never liked, I just don't like the sound of it. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
Chanel, you're usually super nice whenever I see you in chat, so you cursing someone out, I would definitely get comfy and eat popcorn.
No, like I was trying to catch up on The Walking Dead because I haven't watched it in so long. I remember when I was dating my ex-girlfriend back in 2016, the one that messed up my car and stuff. We were at the friend's house that they used their car to drive by and mess up my car in. We were over there watching when the season show premiere that had Negan for the first time when he killed Glenn and Abraham. Spoiler alert! And man, that shit shocked it. Like I was sitting there praying to God they wasn't gonna kill Glenn. And when he killed Abraham, I had a little bit of a moment of hope for a second.
Oh, dude, that season, yeah, that season shook everyone up. But everyone fell in love with Negan, which Jeffrey Dean Morgan he's a god of an actor, but still.
Well, I kind of like post Savior Negan a little bit more. I kind of like post Savior Negan because, like, especially when we learn about his like I just finished the episode where I learned about the last episode of season 10 where it showed his backstory with his wife and everything.
Kitana was saying something to you, man, about having Delilah have her wrench back.
Yeah, she's supposed to have gotten it. I thought I clicked it. This damn computer is so fucked. That's why I've got to get fucking Linux on this damn computer.
I've given some pretty harsh advice to Square because deep down, all the trolling, all that stuff, man. When it's all like right down to the nitty gritty, dude, people legit care. Like, there's a lot of people who do care, and then there's some not so much. But dude, a lot of these people in here, like Sugar Nova, Katana, a lot of they wouldn't be here. And they wouldn't, with you unblocking them and talking with them, dude, if they really hated you, they would have been gone. And if they really wanted to troll you, they really would have done it. And they haven't. They've been nothing but cool. You're starting to build a really good foundation for a good community. That's good, man. It takes a lot of work to do that. Like, I've known people who it takes them like maybe a year or two to even get even a small amount of people going. Like, it's not easy. You got a ton of competition out there in all of YouTube. I mean, there are how many people that make content? I mean, seriously, man, it's intimidating as hell for a lot of people. But I do recommend for you, like, once you're doing your schooling and you get yourself a really good job, take a little bit of money, save a little bit here and there, get yourself a good computer, and start getting yourself some equipment so you're not just sitting on your bed, so you can actually be a little bit more comfortable. You could be in a chair. Hell, even get a small chair for Brownie for him to, and have a little perfect dog bed.
He's got a $100 bed, and he's got another thing, and I have a rocking chair. It's just that where we moved here recently, it's so small that we've had to put everything in the major room, and we have a lot of stuff that we've still got to go through and try to make more spacious in here. But I hear what you're saying. Like, I plan after I get my schooling done, like, if I can, or if I can do it during clinicals at any time without getting in trouble, I'll do a short of how to insert like a butterfly needle or something like that if I can.
Just a little bit at a time, man. And keep an eye out for sales, all that stuff. You don't need to spend a ridiculous amount of money.
I'll probably have a classmate that'll let me film their arm if I let them film mine, because we have to get so many sticks in before the final test, before we can take the national exam. We have to have so many bricks.
I want to take a moment though, Square. I know you're a lot younger than I am, so we didn't grow up with the same cartoons and awesome shows growing up. But I want to take a moment. I hate 2022 a lot because one, my number one hero, Kevin Conroy, the best voice for Batman, passed away earlier this year. And now recently, JDF Tommy from Power Rangers, who was the Green Power Ranger, and my favorite one, the White Ranger, he passed away. And not even like 4 days ago, my cat Smokey passed away. So you know what? I hate 2022. I hate this year.
Yeah, well, the thing is about like finding a laptop, that's why I'm just gonna try to do this easier thing, which is by going and getting Ubuntu on a flash drive and running it that way for streaming to see if that'll do it. Because I'm told that it's supposed to run a lot faster on the type of
How old
device
is your
I have if I
laptop?
use them. It's not but a year or two old. It's got like Windows 10 or the latest version of 11, whatever Windows.
What's your
And
RAM? Do you know?
I've got 4, and that can't be upgraded. Like I've tried to upgrade it,
Right.
and
It's a laptop, so yeah.
it's
You
only
get
got,
a
well, my last laptop, it had an extra RAM slot, but this one don't. I
these
did have a laptop previously that had an extra RAM slot, and I had 16 gigs of RAM, and that one would work perfectly for it. But
Ford for Life was just asking you, Fordman 33086, and asked for that to be unlocked. Just reading the chat off to you, man.
oh god, take my fucking legal name down off the videos. Maybe I will. I keep unblocking all these people, but a lot of them still have videos up, my legal name on there and shit. And that's just never cool. I've never done that to anybody.
How about this for an idea, man? This is just an idea. Just leave them unblocked and just kind of have like a test period.
I'm gonna do it anyways because I just don't give a shit at this point.
Dude, yeah, I know that you've been stressed out to the max on it, man, and everybody sees it. So honestly, and I'm gonna give you the best advice I could possibly give you. Even if it's a bad joke, it's still a joke, and either come up with your own or try to make their joke funnier, and use it back on.
I have, it's just a thing. That's why, I like to be isolated and alone. That's why I don't like large crowds, and why I tried to get on social media and branch out with people that I know, because I don't like to meet people usually. I'm shy and reserved. I like to learn on my own, unless it's with my fraternity or, like a fraternal meeting, or has something to do with a common interest, or like I love going to metaphysical.
Well, you've never had an issue with me,
stuff like that.
Like you've never had a single issue with me, man.
I don't think you made any content about me or lied on me either.
No, I don't
when
lie
you're
on you.
when you're called a woman and child abuser when you've never abused a woman in your life, like in no way have I ever. Like, if anything, I've been abused by some women in my life, and I've tried to forgive and move on from it, because I know how much women mean to society and nature, just like men do. And
Well,
so
Square-
I'm about equality, and I'm not with that double standard bullshit and
I know what you stand for, man. You make it very clear. You make it
radical
very clear. But you know what? I'm going to give you some advice, all right? Do not live in the past. Do not, because, dude, it will shackle you to the ocean floor. You don't want to get caught up in that, just.
Well, the thing is, we have a thing called a reactive mind, and this is the only thing Scientology did find out that was correct. And whenever you go through a moment of trauma, whether it's a gunshot wound or breaking a bone or burning your hand or any type of injury or bad experience, your mind freezes up. You go into fight or flight, and it remembers everything. And so in the future, that's where PTSD and stuff comes from. Because when a soldier gets around fireworks and starts, and starts tripping out.
Katana said something pretty cool to you.
I just unblocked 4 or 5 accounts that he's made, and never had any bad intentions. What are you talking about? You put my legal name out there. There's nothing but bad intentions trying to get people to find me or that might know me or new people onto me, whatever.
Okay, so
Posting
out of
my shit.
all the
Like
people, like
when MC and them posted my name and shit on a rape survivors group. Come on now, what the fuck is up with that?
yeah, that was them trolling you, man.
That really fucks with me more, considering the fact that I've actually been falsely accused once, all because of a fucking jealous husband I didn't know about. And luckily, the girl told the truth because she tried to get him to, he tried to get her to file a false report under threat of
Now,
losing her kids and
I
shit.
am gonna tell you this no matter what happens in the future, man. When it comes to your mods, you know, I do believe 100% Sugar Nova means well, and you know,
The fuck
Katana's
Alaska girl? What does that mean, Alaska girl? Crying in the corner? What the fuck does that mean?
No, hold on. They were talking about Wolfsack. They weren't talking about you. They were talking about Wolfsack.
I hope so.
He was on a power trip, man. That I think he was doing far more damage to you than MC and all those people
fuck
combined.
him and PBR, because you know what, PBR is another one of them motherfuckers that talks a good game, but he's a hypocrite. Like all these people like Isaac and Power Stroke, no joke, and all of them, they're really are pointing his shit out. Like, and the fact that I said to him, I said, well, what about my shit? What about taking up about men that are getting treated like this? He's like,
I cleared the air up for you, Alaska girl.
He's like, oh, well, you kind of brought it on yourself. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. You wouldn't say that to another person or a woman. No offense, ladies, on here on this platform. Like he just tried to jump on this anime thing because it had Ryan attached to it. Just
Let
like
me tell you something about.
and other
let me
people
tell you
that have
about
tried
PBR,
to,
dude.
and Nicole Arbor. They've all tried different ways and methods, but the end goal is all the same: to ride on hotels.
Let me give you my take on
That'd
PBR.
be like
okay?
me. Hold on, that'd be like me blaming Ryan Upchurch for all the fans or people that I met through his channel and stuff, and through this Johnny Goble stuff. That'd be like me blaming Upchurch for all the shit that's happened to me, pretty much.
See, now with PBR, dude, okay, this is a dude, he's a self-righteous, sycophantic, spineless moron with someone of his age. You would think someone of his age range to have the intelligence to realize that, you know, just because, you know, he's holding someone else responsible for the actions of others. No, everybody is responsible for their own actions. There are consequences, good and bad, for every decision. And he tries to have this overinflated ego, and he talks down to people he disagrees with instead of giving them a chance to prove themselves. Instead, he just relies on insults, and he's also a hypocrite on how he treated Linda the Wolf and what he called her. It's like back in the day, especially people that age range, in his age, yeah, he would have his teeth kicked in for talking to women that way. It wouldn't matter if she was right or wrong. You just don't talk to a woman that way. You know, some people would call it toxic masculinity. No, that's just the way we showed love and respect towards women. And I'm still the same way. It's like, I don't tolerate someone being, you know, incredibly nasty to a woman. Like, yeah, I'll talk my shit, but there's a line I will not cross. And I make sure I state that too, because my friends and I have trust issues like crazy, dude. And, you know, my closest friends, they are the only ones that are allowed to be like, hey, you're fucking up. This is not who you are. This is not what you said you stand for. Are you sure? And they're there to call me out on it. But yeah, don't pay attention to people like PBR, man. Dude, he is just desperate for whatever attention he can get his grubby little paws on. And it's not going to last long. It will not last long.
Well, the thing I don't understand is that supposedly the guy's a registered person. Like, I'm not saying he's a predator because he didn't do anything towards kids, right? But he's supposedly registered because of some public indecency tickets or something. Do I have that correct, or am I wrong?
I'm not too sure, but Katana was also asking you to unblock.
If you look at my screen, I'm doing that right now.
All right, I'm just pointing it out just in case you don't, because
I can see it.
All
I
right,
got it, man.
just trying to help you out, man.
This computer's
Exactly, Alaska
slow
girl. Exactly.
Streaming.
I've got family in Alaska. I've always wanted to go there.
Well, okay. Well, the only thing about Alaska I've seen was interesting was the movie The Fourth Kind with Miley Jovovich. I kind of liked it.
I like the aspect of the wildlife, but I love the winter and I love snow because, well, you live in Missouri. I'm originally from Iowa. I was born and raised in Iowa, so I know winters that you guys get in your neck of the woods. And I grew up as a kid, having snow up to my chest, going outside and sledding.
We had an ice storm in 08 that tore up power lines. We were out of power for a long time. Like sometimes we have rough winters, but what sucks about living here though is that I can get on an ATV and be at the Mississippi River in about 10-15 minutes, and if the New Madrid fault line, which we live right on, ever decides to crumble, shit, we're gonna be fucked.
Well, dude, I live in a valley where I'm at in Colorado, and we're surrounded by mountains, which, in my opinion, is some of the most gorgeous scenery I've ever seen. We've got a town that's quite a ways away from here called Silverton, and you go there, man, and it is just like out of the postcards. It is gorgeous. But where I'm at, snow melts until the snow will melt around noon. Like, we don't really get a lot of ice and snow, at least here in town. All that snow is all up at the mountains. But we apparently are over a volcano, which it has not been declared completely dead. So if a volcano erupts, we're in a giant soup bowl. We are cooked. We are screwed. And man, we live near a desert too. People go, right in the desert all the time. And pretty much around here is nothing but horse country. And I love it. I love it. There was a really, really small town named Cedar Ridge. That's a bit of a distance from me. And you could just go there, man, and you'd find several horse ranches. You'd find it is a very quiet, laid back, really nice town. And, because I grew up in a small town, and it's like that, my favorite thing is small towns, number one, have the absolute best county fairs because, one, the food is always made from scratch and always the bomb. Doesn't matter what the rides or attraction are. It's the atmosphere. It's a lot of fun. Those old school, arcade games where they put corks in the guns and you shoot little ducks and stuff at it. It's like, I used to do that a lot growing up. God, I sound old saying that. I don't care.
This is how Brownie, he likes to sit right up here by Daddy. And I've got my leg extended. He knows that means he can sit right up here next to me.
So is he
get all the back and belly rubs he wants? He just begs and begs.
Is he he's a service dog, right?
Not yet. He's in training. He will be very, very short. He will be very shortly.
Because we used to have a Malamute and wolf mixture as a service animal for a friend of my mom.
He did. Hey, tell him that you did I did my deep pressure therapy last night without a pillow for once.
He's a good looking dog, man.
Did.
And he looks like he's got a lot of love to give, which that's good.
He he was abandoned, and he was most definitely abused by whoever last had him because he's very skittish. He doesn't never bark unless he gets concerned for me or if he hears something that he feels like's threatening. He anytime we get a broom or something big out, he's focused on it and looking at it. He shakes when it storms. Whenever I leave, he cries. He gets real bad separation anxiety, all that shit.
And how long have you had him?
I've had him he was like that right out the gate, and I've had him since January.
Well, a lot of that stuff is not going to change, like, because that's just ingrained into him. But he'll eventually get over a lot of that stuff. Just you know what you're doing. Show him nothing but love, and
Well, I give him a multivitamin supplement each day for his joints and everything, and I also give him a calming supplement, which has things like rose hips, valerian root, hemp seed fiber, L-tryptophan, and all that's supposed to help him with anxiety and separation anxiety. People were telling me to be careful giving him CBD because they say the CBD rots his teeth because it can make it dry.
It can.
Well, I don't know why none of the CBD, because like I had gotten some high quality CBD from California at first, and so I haven't been using the CBD lately, but I had some dry treats that had CBD I was giving him, and I was giving it to him every morning, like 0.25 milliliters.
That shouldn't be bad for his teeth. Just keep an eye on his teeth.
And I would open his mouth and put it down his throat. And I even have teeth brushing finger things. They go on your finger to brush the dog's teeth. And I've got him enzyme with what's it called? It's got some type of oil.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's got seed oil in it. It's for it's dog toothpaste, and
right.
You know, he doesn't seem to have any issues with, you know.
Yeah, honestly,
as far as I can tell.
I love having, like, I love seeing service animals. I'd actually like to get one for my mother. You know, I'd have to help her walk around.
You can get if okay, whatever you want to train the dog for whatever condition. All you got to do, man, you can go to a shelter probably and find a good lab or like
we've
some
done
type
this
of dog.
before.
And
we've done this before.
There's a service called Good Pup, which is what I use, and there's probably other ones now that it's caught on. It's like Lyft, only it's like a Lyft type app, but for dog training. And the subscription fees like
here.
For $29 a week, dude. Like I get access almost 24/7 to a vet tech who's AKC certified. It knows how to train regular training and advanced training and service dog type stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they send you the treats in the mail, comes for free, which is like 2 packages of this all natural little beef jerky bites of what they use for the treats they send you. But then I get bigger rewards and other treats for his more complex stuff. And you have an app you log your homework on, and the trainer puts the homework you're supposed to do on the app.
I agree with Rican.
And you meet on the app and everything else. And I can send her videos of him when we do training, and she gets to see it. And her name's Cece, and she's a real good trainer.
I like the best part is, well, where I'm at, we live in a veteran town, and I got nothing but love for our veterans.
Matter of fact, we got no offense, but not to cut you off, we got a meter today, don't we, Brownie? Yep, 2:30.
And then there's well, with here, we have a lot of there's quite a few places that train service dogs where you are also in there, you know, training with them.
What the heck
and
are you
a lot
talking
of
about? No online. Hold on. What do you mean no online training service is legit, Rican? This is number 1, AKC certified people. Number 2, it is legit because if my doctor recognizes and accepts that and knows who they are, and my doctor already wrote my ESA letter, and she saw his first graduation of training. When she sees the second graduation of training and note, she's gonna write his service dog letter. And you don't, I mean, usually now, like blind people and stuff, they don't require like a letter or whatever because they automatically get it, or they get a dog donated to them through a service or something that has its own papers and whatever already, because they're usually purebreds and stuff like that. But there's nothing in the law that's against the law of you, number one, self-training a service dog, and two, getting your doctor to sign off on it. There's not even any documentation required. You just have to answer the questions, and the dog has to usually pass a good citizen test, which that's what Brownie's also been training for, is to pass that, and he will pass it.
I didn't know you were in Wyoming, Alaska, girl. I didn't know that. I'm sorry I didn't see that until now. My bad.
So you can say you've had two service dogs. Nothing was allowed to be done online. Okay, just because you didn't do anything online or nothing was allowed to be done online doesn't mean, like, I don't know what you had your dogs for. I'm getting a psychiatric service dog. He doesn't have to learn that many. You know, he mainly has to learn. Yeah. Well, no, not really. It has nothing to do with regional. I mean, the dogs learn to do specific tasks for different things. Like now, if you're talking about like a dog for somebody that's got diabetes and stuff like that, yeah, they learn how to fetch medication and everything else. It's a lot more intensive training. Maybe that had to be done, and
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna say something real quick.
Anxiety, PTSD, and other things. Well, look, dude, if you're gonna, your stuff must be different than the trainer I use. Yeah, it's all in a difference in who you go to and what you use. I looked it up and looked up what the requirements were, and when I saw I could train him myself, number one, I worked with dogs. It was my first job, and two other jobs I had growing up as a young adult at a dog daycare. So I learned how to train dogs because those owners had show dogs, and they did training all the time in the dog daycare facility.
All right,
so
Square,
I know that.
I gotta get going.
Oh, you gotta go, man. My bad.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, it's your channel, man. So I gotta get going because I got some
You have a good one.
stuff. Yeah, you have a good one, man. Just remember, don't be so uptight. Just chill. And you'll be good. Chat. Much love to you guys. You have a good one.
All right. Yeah, I know that, Rican, and that is a thing. People just get them, and they're more like an ESA dog than a PSD. But see, Brownie's going to be able to help me do deep pressure therapy, and he already naturally knows whenever I get upset, and he, comes to me. So like that's what's so great is like Brownie was almost like destined for this, because when I found him, it wasn't that long after finding him, I told my doctor about it, and she said, bring him to your next visit. And I was like, why? And she's like, because. She's like, you had not heard of emotional, like I probably have heard about it and stuff before, but when I didn't have it on my mind at the time when I got Brownie, I just thought I was going to have him as a companion. When I found out he could be my little worker, and he could help me, and he could be of value, I said, hell yeah, you gonna work. I done bought you $100 bed, $100 collar, a bunch of toys, treats, food, harness, vest, leashes, trimmer, Dremel to trim your toenails. I've spent over just about $1,000 more on you just alone. Hell yeah. Hell, that's not even including your surgery, your shots, your monthly flea pill, which is $20 a month to keep the fleas off you. Say, Daddy does a lot for me, but Daddy loves me. Dad knew he wasn't going to have kids, or he wasn't planning on having kids in this lifetime, so he felt, why not? He could invest a little bit of money into a dog. Why not? Huh? Why not? Yeah, he's a good boy. I understand what you're saying in a way, Ben Thrifton, but like to be recognized like by law under the ADA, like, and it's not that like I wanna or I'm gonna expect to take Brownie everywhere as a service animal, and I don't have to since he's going to be a PSD. Like, I mean, I probably will usually take him places, but I'm going to go somewhere real quick or go over to someone's house or something out of respect. I'll probably leave him here like we've been doing sometimes because I'm trying to train him to not be so attached all the time. But whenever I go to the doctor, whenever we usually go out to eat or go to get my hair cut and stuff like that, Brownie always goes. When I go to counseling, Brownie goes. Like, Brownie goes everywhere. And even though he's not a service dog yet, I put his training badge on when we go out, and so they know he's in training. And I haven't gotten any lip about it. Like, I got one place gave me some lip about it one day and asked to see some paperwork, and of course it was at home. And I said, well, you know, the law doesn't require me to show you paperwork, even though he has paperwork, right? And they got really smart, and so I ended up just saying, you know what, that's all right. I don't have to eat here, and I wasn't with my granddad that one day. I was out with a friend. And I just told my friend, yeah, man, I'm not going to eat here, and I went ahead and walked home because, like, hell, if you guys aren't going to believe me with what I'm telling you, then shit, I'm going to stop giving my business to you. Like, I understand you got to be careful, but these people knew me. Like, it's a local restaurant and everything. What are you talking about? Abuse the service dog program? That ain't no service. What? Really? Do you know what I'm training my dog to do? Do you have any idea how much I've spent in training already since March? I'm blocking you, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Tell me my dog ain't no service dog. He's not a service dog yet. Yet is the key word. Yet. If he has to go to the vet, I will take care of it. You know, just because I'm short on money doesn't mean I can't take care of an emergency. Plus, how do you know that I don't have insurance on my dog? Right now, I don't, actually. I did. I probably shouldn't have stopped paying for it, but things kept getting tighter and tighter, so I dropped it. But that's why I watch him very closely, and I hope nothing else happens. But if it does, I will be up shit creek. But that is why they have emergency hospitals and stuff. And I don't even want to think about that, okay? You know, that you know, that's one of those things when you come to that bridge, you cross it. Vanilla Gorilla, get the fuck out of here. Wait till you have to take him on. You just a hateful motherfucker. You just like that Mike Hunt. Don't nobody unblock them either. I made that decision. I've been having a damn pretty good stream today. Been pretty freaking tolerable of people and their opinions and what they say. And I'm not going to take that shit. I'm not going to take that disrespect. Like I said, my dog is my fucking son, pretty much. He's the only person I have that loves me unconditionally besides my family. And I love him. And I would do anything in the world for my dog. Anything. Even if that meant giving up something I love doing. Just so he could have. If he needed it. So don't ever say that, well, what am I going to do if this? Trust me, I'll do what I got to do. That's what I'll do. No, I'm tired of somebody saying like, "Oh, don't be one of those people abusing the service dog." Look, he's not a lap dog. He's very intelligent. I've got videos on here. people have even uploaded one of my times where I showed y'all one of my short training sessions. Yeah, they're 30 minutes a week. The training is very spread out. And most of the training, 70% of it, is on me to do myself. But there is nothing against the law about training your own service dog. And I'm not training it completely alone. I have a fucking trainer who's AKC certified to help me do it. And as long as he helps service my fucking needs and it's signed off by my doctor and everybody else, why does it matter to any of you? Oh, you just want to fucking hate. Like, my dog naturally knows when I need him already. Like, some of the stuff I don't even have to fucking train him. I guess y'all didn't see the video where I told him to go to his spot and he went to his spot. Or when I tell him to go to his crate, he goes to his crate. Or if I tell him to do circle, he circles around me. You know, my dog is very, very smart. It has not taken a long time to train him on stuff. Some things he's been more stubborn than others, yeah. And that's why the training is still ongoing. I'll be ending the stream soon because I've got lunch coming up. And then after lunch, I've got my training meeting. And before we have training, I'm going to make sure to submit all of our homework because I haven't submitted it yet. I keep it down in a journal. And then I go on the website and I enter it in. And that's how I do it. And my dog, you know, like, yeah, he's not gonna be able to be a type of service dog where I can tell him opioid and him go get my damn pain pills. No, but he will be a service dog to where if I'm feeling anxious, feeling bad, and I just popped a pill and it's going to take a while to kick in, I can get him to give me some deep pressure therapy. I can get him to calm me down or do another type of technique that we're going to be learning next week that I don't even know what the fucking name of it is yet. You know, like I can have him do a chin rest on my chest, you know, which calms, you know, just him simply learning the command of jumping up on my chest and putting his weight down, which is deep pressure therapy, is a way of relieving anxiety. You know, and he doesn't have to be able to do 100 fucking maneuvers. He just has to be serviceable. And so I'm going to try to teach him everything I possibly can. And training on a service dog, really, you have to keep, like, every now and then you freshen some things up or you go over stuff. And then once they're, you know, at least that's what I've been told. As they get older and older, you don't have to go over stuff as much. Are you leaving? Oh, okay. Yep. I understand you got to go live. Shit, I do too. That's why I'm going to be getting off here soon after I enjoy one more smoke with y'all. I'll leave. Why would I give a little... Dude. No, I'm not giving a little spokesman a shout out. May not have a problem with you, King of the Kill, but I got a problem with him for telling me I'm going to be fucked when my grandpa dies. You know what, spokesman? You're right. My grandpa died right now, I'd be pretty fucked, but I wouldn't be fucked all the way. But fuck you for even thinking of some shit. I say that to your face, King of the Kill, because while he may be your brother or whatever, dude didn't have no right in saying that shit. And I didn't say nothing to him first. Just like 90% of the fucking times, I don't ever say anything first. I finish it. Oh yes, I've got his fucking. I've got the screenshot. If you don't believe me, I've got the fucking screenshot. And the way you just wrote that, oh no, I don't know whether to take that sarcastically or not. Hey Chad, man, I don't know why you talk shit about me there. That one time I saw here a while back where you was like talking or agreeing with somebody on something. Go easy on Spokesman. That's some smoke I don't want. Dude, I didn't ever start shit with Spokesman, man. And I don't give a fuck what smoke y'all say that is. Yeah, I mean, you talking about internet smoke, or you being threatening and talking about real life smoke? Because if a motherfucker's gonna get mad at me because I say fuck them for talking about one of my fucking relatives dying, you know what? Fuck them. I don't give a fuck if they're Joe Biden or Hunter Biden. I'll say fuck them. Definitely ain't gonna, I told fucking me and if Spokesman didn't see it, which I'm sure he did, I told me that I subscribed to Spokesman. I told King of the Kill that I checked out and I liked his duck videos and animal videos, that I liked that. And I didn't get so much of a thanks or a right on man or cool. I shouted him out once before. Um, you know, hell, I never even really talked to the guy one on one. He's gotten mad at me for how I've talked to and how I've responded to other people that started saying shit. So he's done nothing but fucking follow in the same cycle that I've had with other people. That's what I can say. Maybe he didn't mean to. Maybe he thought he was in the right. He wasn't. I wasn't always in the right either. That's why I decided to fucking apologize and everything. But it's like every time I apologize or every time I've taken accountability, a month passes and that same person that I apologized or took accountability in front of, they come back up with that same old bullshit. Like it's never been talked about or handled before. And I don't appreciate that shit because one, like I know the value of life and traveling. Every day more and more I travel to get to a better, more organized, more beautiful looking and beautiful feeling life, not just physically, but spiritually, socially, etc. And I go a lot, and sometimes it may seem like I'm walking a circle over and over sometimes again, and I only get a few meters each time, but it's the effort that counts. It's the effort and the distance that I finally get. It's am I somewhere else than I was before? Yes. Did it take a long time? Fuck yes, it did. But did I get there? Yes. And so, like, I just don't like being made to feel like that I've not been pedaling the shit out of my wheels. I pedaled the shit out of them. I went so fast. I didn't listen to my friend Darius's dad's girlfriend, Jess, back when I was new and 19 years old. And she said, she said, I'm moving too fast. I'm going to end up fucking up. And she was right. You know, she was right. I want to hurry up and get things done, it seems like, or get it over with, but you can't rush a trip that has a start and a destination, you know. You got to go through each mile and mile marker to get to the end. There's no hurrying up and zooming past the majority of mile markers. And to have people belittle that make me feel like that I'm nothing because I suffered the disease of addiction. I did. I guess I still do, since it cannot be cured, right? So, yeah, I'm an addict. I'm always be an addict. But I'm not a currently active addict. 5 years almost. I don't want to stay that way. You know, people get so caught up in their life, and because we have these 5 main senses, right? And the 6th one, depending on what you reference and what you read and know. And just putting the 6th sense aside because it's not that awake in most people. Just these 5 senses are so confining. They're so, it's almost claustrophobic because I bet sometimes some of you feel like my spirit does, where you want to get something off your chest. You want to say or think about something, anything other than just what's coming through these 5 senses. And you can't, because to do that, you'd literally have to, you know, be something you're not. So the only hope we have is in the 6th sense, and in the sense of spiritual awareness. Because that connects our 5 senses together and helps us reflect and see the bigger picture. Think with our higher mind and not our lower self. And waking that self up should be the mission of every person that knows about it. Because in everybody you see and meet, no matter how jagged and rough they are, they have that self at the base. And at some part of themselves, it's screaming to want to get out. I'm just hey, I'll make a pizza. You go ahead, okay? I'll make a pizza today. Just go ahead. All right, have a good one. My grandfather's about to go to lunch, which means I'm about to get off here. New topic, guys. Just I want everyone to know, seriously, that it comes to my YouTube channel, that I'm going to be doing some more videos, different videos on stuff on other than my or YouTube crap. When you come here, you may be shocked at some of the things you see or find, but just know that They all have a purpose. I want to thank everybody and congratulate everybody that was on the stream yesterday and together. I think we had a pretty good stream. So thank you guys all again. Also want to give a shout out to Roma Army, one of the a Canadian female, one of the least females I know that is trying to hold double standards in the light and bring awareness to issues and topics related to men and men's plight. I also want to give a shout out to if y'all have never seen, check out the comment section with Brett Cooper. I think she is a great personality and host. She has a very neat little show that's a part of the Blaze Network, which is what Ben Shapiro is on. And I don't know how some of y'all might feel about Ben and stuff, but check out Brett Cooper at least. I'm telling you what, you really, I think some of you, especially people that's my generation or her generation, you'll like her. Forward for Life, I've unblocked so many accounts of yours, I guess I gotta go and check some more, huh? You know, you better untag my legal name, dude. I've already unblocked 4 of your accounts. Here, I'll go check another one. Jesus Christ. And you people said I had a bunch of fucking accounts. Shit, I ain't never had this many accounts or whatever, to the point where, I mean, like, I have screenshots for you, Ford, if you don't believe me. You have made the Ford for Life account. Like, I'm sure that each account's differently named or whatever, but all of them are titled Ford for Life, Ford for Life, Ford for Life, Ford for Life, and there's like fucking 10 of them. I swear to God. Like, I gotta damn near fucking unblock every one. Damn. You know, King of the Kill, I don't know why you just did that, but I'm putting you on probation, dude. Because number one, you never kept your promise to me. Number two, you straight up, that was straight up done just to disrespect me and shit on me. Fuck that shit. And I'm watching the chat too, so nobody better unblock him. Katana, don't. Stay out of it. Be a mod and stay out of it, please. Yes, it was. I can interpret intuition, and my gut told me that he shared his channel and stuff out. And how long ago did he say he had to leave? And then he just shares that all of a sudden after I just told him what the kid said to me the other day. But he didn't do it out of disrespect. Katana, you're gonna have to seriously just please stop. Or you're gonna make me scared, and then I'm gonna have to take your wrench, and then everybody's gonna be mad at me for taking your wrench. But it's my say who I decide to block. And I took that as disrespect. I feel it was disrespect. I think it's disrespect. And you know what? That's what it was. See, right there. Right there. He really comes out. Yeah, go ahead and threaten. Go ahead and threaten me, you big old gang banger. Take that gang banging shit and shove it up your ass. That's what I gotta say to you, bub. You think I'm fucking scared of your threats? Take them and shove them up your ass. It ain't running smooth now. Like how? That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. Yeah, they're a gang, dude. Anybody that acts like that and defends somebody who says some shit like that is a gang. I'm sorry, but if I had a friend that killed somebody else, even if they wasn't my friend, and I got questioned, do you know anything about this murder? Most people are gonna say, "Oh, I ain't talking. I don't know nothing." No, dude, I'm not gonna fucking. That's why I'm square, and people don't like me for that. Yeah, I can see you, Rex. I don't care if he's a vet. He's got a family, and they act like a gang, dude. Dude, when one of your people, family, gang, friend, close buds, squadron, whatever you want to call it, battalion, when one of your people does something wrong and you don't hold him accountable or say, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened" or nothing, but instead you turn around and say, "Oh, I gotta go," and then post his channel and then threaten me because I'm just speaking how I feel, you're fucking acting like a gang. That's how gangs operate. They stick together no matter what. Even if one of them fucks up, they might take care of it or deal with it internally, but on the outward, come on, man. He might be a vet, and I respect vets. I've even told him thank you for his fucking service before. I've tried to get along with King of the Kill back to back to back to back to back, and he has these weird moments where he's cool and he's not, he's completely level-headed, and then there's these moments where he's just fuck the world, come on, go live so I can make you cry. He said all types of fuck up shit. That I would go to the wall for. If what you're asking me is, I don't think it's clear what you're asking me. What you're asking me is that, like, would I turn a blind eye for anybody close towards me? Even if I theoretically did, that would be wrong of me. Like, if my brother did something to somebody and I knew about it, and I had the opportunity, the God given opportunity and moment to do the right thing and I didn't, I'm gonna fucking feel bad and think about that. And I'm gonna be tormented by it greater for the rest of my days. And I've been in situations like that. That's why I act the way I do. And that's why I think the way I do. Because we're not on this earth to be whatever that we've been programmed from birth, and our family and preconceived core beliefs tells us that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to evolve, and we're supposed to change, and we're supposed to do right, trust, but also not be blind to blatant bullshit. That's really all I got to say for today, y'all. It's been a hell of a fucking stream. It's been from good to smooth as silk to smooth as silk to bumpy, from bumpy to bad, all in one morning. And all I can say is thank you for everyone that has joined. I appreciate it sincerely. If you would, please like and like this video. I've said fuck you to spokesman more than twice. That's BS. What part of the other day randomly after I apologized and stuff and we had supposedly peace that I told you he said something about my granddad? What part of that do you not get? Go check my community tab. And whoever unblocked him, I'm tired of you. Let me see who does it again. I'll take everybody's fucking wrench. I'll be the only fucking mod again. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all say, oh, you can't control other people's channels? What the fuck are y'all trying to do with mine? That's alright. I gotta fill out these forms and shit today. I got shit to do. I'm checking out. I'm leaving. You know, it is what it is. I said what I said. It is, I mean, the dude talked about my motherfucking family. It don't work like that. You don't talk about my fucking family. Please like and subscribe to the video, especially talking about him dying. God damn. The fuck is wrong with you not understanding that's why I said something about him? Why I don't like him right now. When I've been nothing but cool. Don't hell squitler me. Fuck that bullshit, pimp pigeon. Like and subscribe if you want to, please. Thanks for being here. And if you're here just to hate and record, fuck, you already know what it is. Square Work Worlds Media, I'm out. Peace and blessings, motherfuckers. In all seriousness, jokingly matter when I say that. Peace and blessings to everybody in your family. God bless.